But now, now I gotta go in and tell everybody what we're doing.
Yes.
No, I don't need that. Mastodon.social. Do-dee-doot.
Doop, doop, boop, boop.
So apparently we got to be more controversial all the time. Say things like that.
Well, you know, I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. It seemed to work.
Best episode ever.
It ranks up there high. Yeah.
I mean, we only have 1 day of stats, but just using those stats by the best ever. Best ever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the URL, right? Pretty sure.
Which URL are we looking for?
The Twitch one. Yay! That is
Twitch.tv?
correct. Yeah. I wanted to double check that I could do it without the www. I figured you could, but yeah, you could.
I think you can. Yeah. Yeah. You should be able to.
Could
be able to.
Let's see.
Do.
Pa pa pa. La 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 la. Okay, so what I was gonna tell you is
Yes.
I emerged BTOP so I could have cool stuff happening right here
You can
while
have cool stuff.
while we're
I think
doing it.
I did X a while back.
Oh yeah, the LS thing.
Yeah.
But X is dead.
Well, it's alive enough that I
Oh,
could install it.
so X is dead in that the main maintainer vanished. Everybody thought he was dead, and then found that he was like super posting on other social media than his normal stuff. So he's totally fine, and that's a great thing. But he basically just
Project's
said,
dead.
"Yeah, I'm done.
Peace out.
I'm
Yeah.
good. Enjoy. Whatever. It's open source. Have at it." He didn't actually
Well,
say any of that. That was just like, he did
yeah.
all the steps that you do before you say that, I guess.
Well, he's not wrong. And that's fair.
The new one though, the new
I
thingy
don't.
is
Yeah.
EZA.
Oh, okay.
I think. Pretty sure. Maybe.
We were talking about it for some reason. That's why I installed it.
Maybe that's what we were talking about.
I could be.
How could you
I don't
miss
remember.
that? How could you miss it?
Yeah, I don't really use that. I use LSD most of the time.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so I told them.
Which, it's fine. Everybody, it's terminal bling. That's what it's all about.
Yep. Let's see. So I don't need. Oh, gotta change all this. There we go.
Yep, I hear it.
I'm plinging you everywhere.
I know. I see it.
I feel it. Do. Oh, we got to talk to Dale. What did Dale say? Uh-oh. Oh, was that you?
I don't know. Dale said something?
In the telegram.
Yeah, Dale said, yeah, like, he said, I agree, basically. Just to summarize. He said, he's waiting for some things to get moved over to Wayland, which is fair.
Okay.
But yeah, he agrees. He's been doing a lot of Wayland with GNOME on Debian 12. and it's been going great for him.
Very
Essentially,
cool.
just to summarize it all. But he'd really like XFCE and some sort of compositor thing. But that's like built in. Yeah, I feel. I
What, do
feel
you,
like that's part of the thing.
what does that mean? He's waiting for XFCE. Oh, to get Wayland support.
Wayland support, yeah.
Oh,
His desktop environment of choice is not Wayland compatible yet, which is a
ew.
thing. It's a bummer.
It is. It is a bummer.
I guess I should have thrown the qualifier on there.
No, because
Of
that riles people
no,
up.
I would have ruined the show. I know, but
No, no, it would have made it better. I'm telling you.
would
There would have
have
been
ruined the
twice as
show.
many comments, and half of them would have been butthurt. It would have been great.
Well, you wouldn't have got the butthurt comments, so I mean that's why we
Oh,
said what
true,
we
true.
said, right? But I think what I could have qualified that with is obviously if your desktop environment of choice supports Wayland, you should switch to it
No, no,
as
you
a
should.
qualifier. I mean,
No, I'm telling you, you
but
don't need that qualifier.
mm,
That this is a call for people on XFCE to just come on. Go ahead.
just
Just
pick another one.
yeah.
Just pick another desktop.
LXQt is fine. Is LXQt on
It's
Wayland?
not
Okay,
entirely.
Plasma's fine. You can make it look just like LXQt.
You probably can.
You can make it look just like XFCE too.
You can make it look like anything.
It won't feel like XFCE, but it'll look
Uh,
like XFCE.
yep.
There
Yeah.
we go.
So
I need a light. This one. Now I'm good now. It's keeping up now. Sorry, it gets.
I mean, I think that's fair, but no, no, we got to get it all there, and then the more we adopt it, the more people will decide to move there themselves.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Doo
I
doo.
think, like I do see some progress with XFCE. I think they've got a roadmap now where they didn't before, so that's good. LXQt is close, honestly. I think the panel is the biggest thing. The little thing at the bottom of the panel.
So what you're saying
And the
is
status notifier
get Cairo Doc
stuff.
and you'll be fine.
Well, so the people that have moved to in like testing Wayland and LXQ on a daily, they're doing it without a panel, obviously. So
Yeah.
they're doing something else there.
Rofi.
Yeah, so you could do that.
Yeah, I guess
The
it doesn't
the
really
runner
replace the panel though.
No, the runner still works. LXQt runner.
Yeah.
That still works.
Mm-hmm. That you,
But
Adam?
you'd have to use like Waybar or whatever that
Oh, what's
Sway
that?
bar, whatever like the thing in Sway
Sway bar.
that does that.
Sway. WM. Let me see if I want to get a picture of it. Sway bar screenshot. Here we go.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh, I've seen that. Okay.
Yeah.
But how does it? Does it tell you running apps and stuff? And can you swap? Wait a minute. Hang on. In tiling window managers.
One-to-one. Right.
So in tiling window managers, do you even have like an indicator that shows you what applications are running in a workspace?
You do.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking for a sec, like you would.
It actually works better than CD. Funny fact.
Oh yeah, well, you don't have to try that hard.
Low bar.
I know.
That looks cool though.
Yeah, no, you could make it work.
You
it's
could-
not.
you
It's not the same, but you can make it work.
You could get that confused with the Mac thing on top if you're not careful.
Yeah. So I mean, you don't have to have all of that stuff that they're showing in there. Like you can make it look a little better.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah,
12
you
Linuxers
could-
just said, done with Sway bar.
you
Can't
get
look
the
anything
point,
like
yeah.
Mac.
But you could use something like that and get by. Everything else works.
Yeah.
They're working on it. It's just not there.
Let's see.
Gotta get there somehow.
Grumpy asked, a dainty emerge? Is GNOME dainty?
I don't think so.
I would not consider GNOME dainty.
Maybe. I guess we'll have to see in a couple of days when it's done compiling. Let's see. John said, this episode was great as usual. Congratulations on thoroughly convincing me to never try Gentoo. You're welcome, John. For what it's worth, I ran it for about a year when it was new and hated it back then too. Sounds like it's still painful. But, so what, like, I guess painful to me and John is enjoyment for a lot of people. Because, I mean, we talked about it on the show, right? Like, you're just paying that performance cost up front, and then you get all the performance when you're not sleeping.
You are, but depending on your hardware, you might get less of a performance bump than you hope. So is the extra work actually worth it? That's the question. So,
Right.
like, the newer stuff, you probably do gain a bunch of performance.
But you'd have to also run the binary version side by side to know.
Yeah, you'd have to test it.
Because it would be... So, there's not a binary for everything in Gentoo, right?
Mm-mm.
Right. So, like, how would you know? Is there
That's a good question.
there wouldn't be like a tar GZ of every app already precompiled that you can just splat in, you know, like home bin or something, home Leo bin. Or maybe there is.
I don't know what binaries are available. I don't.
Huh. Yeah, so... Yeah, because I remember way back in the Slackware days, like, you still had to compile stuff. Like, if it wasn't already pre-installed, you had to compile it yourself. So you kind of... It didn't have the... At least not that I remember. It didn't have the kind of control, I guess, that you get with a Gentoo. I mean, you would just, like... What is it? Like,
Well-
dot configure, and then make install. And then you would hope that it actually compiled. And you just ran the binary it spit out. And that was that. So with that...
Well, no. So the package manager is doing some work for you, which is, honest to God, it's great because there's a lot of room for error there, right?
Dude, I just emerged btop. I didn't even know what I did. I just said emerge btop, and it was like, all right, man, I got you.
Yeah, so it's handling dependencies for you and all of and making sure they're the right versions even. So
Yeah.
it's not just are they installed or the right version of the thing installed. It's doing a lot of work.
Yeah, that's why there was a
Still,
lot of...
you're not left totally to your own devices. No.
That's why in the Wild West of Linux, it was very difficult to find packages. Like, RPM Hell was a savior compared to having to get the things that you need to be able to compile a package on a system that it wasn't meant to run on. Like, like you would have wished for RPM Hell had if you were in that situation.
Yeah, because at least you could backtrack and get the things you needed.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh no, I have to go find this RPM now. Well, that's fine. At least you don't have to compile the compiler first, and then you're fine. Ooh, man, that was... I didn't have to do that, but the guy that taught me how to do stuff had to do that. And it sounded painful. And this is back then.
And well, you do have to start with something.
Right, yeah.
Even LFS has you start with something.
Yeah, chicken or the egg, right? LFS gives you the chicken.
Yeah.
And then you can make your own eggs.
You basically use a live disk from something else.
Ew, precompiled binaries? Absolutely not.
Well, no, that's just to get the ball rolling.
I know.
Much like Gentoo,
yeah.
right? I mean, like once you get into the later stages, then you're good to go because you have a system to use.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Until you get that, it's kind of tricky.
I believe it. I don't know how quickly I want to do LFS, though.
I don't either.
Hopefully nobody ever asks us to do it seriously.
Wait, they already have, Leo.
No, seriously, though? Or was it just a little tongue-in-cheek, oh, they're doing Gentoo, go to LFS? Or was it a real request to go LFS?
It probably was real.
All right, I didn't hear that.
Okay.
Maybe season 12.
If he's not, I'm not.
There you go. It's a good attitude to have. It's the right attitude. Okay, so I emerged B-top. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Got that going. And it's going. So this is just
I see it.
This is
So it's
just
gonna watch.
yeah. So anything I'm emerging or whatever, you can see the command line in front of you, and then behind me you can watch that. There we go.
I see it. Yep.
I'm mirrored, so it's really hard. Oh, I'm mirrored in the live stream too. It's yeah. Hold on,
You're not mirrored for me.
that way. There you go.
It's over there.
Yeah, yeah. To my this way. Anyway,
Yeah,
not that
actually,
you can see it very well.
on the stream. You're like down there.
Yeah, yeah. I'm in the middle. Like I'm in the middle, right in the middle. I would be top at the bottom. You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I will be top at the bottom.
See, Vince says I'd like to see you guys do LFS one day.
Ah, you're joking, Vince. I know it. Ha 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 ha. Good one.
And
Season 12.
Vince used to be our friend.
I know. Well, I really am not opposed to it, but
I'm not either, but it's a long journey, and
yeah.
I think you could. It would take. You could stretch it out.
But at that point, oh, easily. I mean, look at how far it's taken us to get this to this point on the stream of Gentoo.
Right.
I blame compile times. Although
It's fair.
it's really mostly me just fat fingering it, but
But it does take a long time, and
yeah.
it does eat up to time, usable time. I feel like.
Yeah, I am gonna blame it on compile time though.
And when you're trying to show it, like it definitely eats into your time.
Mm-hmm. Oh right, yeah, but that's my favorite part though, is actually
Yeah.
making the mistakes on live. We haven't broken it yet, though. I'm actually very impressed so far.
It seems hard to break, honestly.
Well, because you had some issues getting plasma just right.
I had a couple of things that I had to fix, but it wasn't terrible, and it might have been timing too.
Yeah. And
So, like you did Rust last time, I think.
oh,
And that
God.
took a long time. I ended up switching to the binary
Yeah.
of Rust.
And once we get to that point, Gene, how dare you? Now everybody's gonna say it. We're gonna have to do it next season. It's gonna be terrible. But so here, my thing about that is that if we ever do LFS, we're just gonna have to release the Linux user space OS, less OS. Is just, yeah. And we'll only do every 6 month releases. It's going to be very Slackware like. You get what you get, and you know.
Well, wait a minute here though.
Compile your own security patches.
Everybody that does LFS actually says the even harder than actually building it, which is hard. Maintaining it. How do you
really?
maintain it? Yeah, because it doesn't give you the method that you would use to package management. Like,
Yeah, that's you.
How are you going? Yeah, you have to pick which path you want to go there, and what are you picking?
Emerge.
Oh, so we're gonna go like the Gentoo style. We're gonna
Yeah,
use
that way
for LFS.
Yeah, that way we're guaranteed not to have any users. And then, like, I mean, if you're using emerge, you love using emerge on Gentoo, so you're not gonna switch to some rando's, OS or whatever. And then we don't have to worry about security patches. Pure win. And we can say we've made a distro. See, it's all about how you. Well, it will be. But what Gene says is what happens. So, we just got to do it.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know.
To be clear,
A better pair of distro architects there never was.
just wait. We're gonna get that write up in Forbes Okay, that's a bad choice. We're gonna get that right up on The Verge, and they'll be like
Ars Technica.
yeah. Oh, you know what? Actually, if we ever get a write up in Ars Technica for any reason whatsoever, as long as it's not, you know what? It can even be negative. I don't care. We've made it.
Well, I mean,
We've won.
so if you want something negative, probably the register.
Yeah.
Well, everything is negative on the register,
Yeah.
but I like it. I do like
Register,
reading
where the world's always on fire.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
I like.
I read it. Don't get me wrong. I just it's it's where it's gonna be.
If you're just that close to unaliving yourself, that's all you need.
Yep. So negative or positive, I'll take any press. We'll take the press.
Yeah. I mean, there is no bad press, right?
So Gene says Pac-Man, and yeah, Vince says
Arch.
yeah. So we'll do Pac-Man. We'll figure that out. Well, I don't know. I don't know about Pac-Man. I like Pac-Man. It's very fast.
It is fast.
Okay,
parallel downloads, all that good stuff. That is kind of nice.
So here's what we do. Vince said that seasons 12, 13, and 14 sorted. Here's what we do. LFS with different package managers each season. And then we'd be the guys to come and ask, well, which package manager is better? Well,
Maybe you just do Nix. So you use the Nix package.
You cheater.
It's very declarative, and you'd be all set.
Yeah. No, you know what? We'll just bring in Guix. What is? No, it's Geeks. Geeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geeks.
The GNU one. The GNU Nix.
The GNU.
Yeah.
Wix.
Yeah. It's spelled Guix, but they are
It's
adamant.
Geeks. They call it. Yeah.
Right.
It's like right on the front page.
Yeah. They're very adamant.
But like
about
in Windows, like a GUID, right? Like like a normal
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
So,
Yep. No, that's how it's spelled.
geeks,
Well,
huh?
yeah.
So they say.
And the best way to maintain a distro is to have no users. Yes, Vince, that is the answer. Because then you don't have any bugs to fix. Therefore,
No
you can
application.
say that your distro has no bugs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Feature complete,
Absolutely.
everybody.
Just
Feature.
like you can say Gwix is pronounced geeks.
Yeah, exactly. You just make it up. I mean,
You do what you want.
that's half the internet, y'all. It's all made up. I mean, half of it's been written by ChatGPT at this point.
Well, that's how the internet works, right? You say something, and it's up to them to prove you wrong.
Exactly. Logic has no place here. You get out of here with that.
Go weeks. Go weeks.
Go weeks. Hold on. Go. Look though.
Yeah. So it's very gnome like.
You know,
Then.
what is very interesting to me is that this is probably the prettiest website I've ever seen out of the GNU project. I will give them that. This is
Yeah, props. Yeah, it looks nice.
It very much seems like I would be like, let's do this. Look, they've even got GNOME in here. Well, that's not GNOME, but that's the GNOME login manager session thingy. And then they got running VMs in whatever that window manager is. It looks like LXQt running XFCE inside.
That's not even that nice.
Really? What is that? But of course, there's Emacs in both screenshots.
I don't know. I gotta look it up now. Well, of course there's Emacs. Emacs is overwhelming. I'm just gonna put it that way. But
yeah.
it is nice.
It's too much.
Yeah, I'll take Vim over Emacs any day.
Same.
I will fight you guys. It's Nano all day long. I want Notepad in the terminal. Okay, I'm too simple for anything else.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yep, that's all it is, man. It's keyboard driven Windows Notepad.
I would argue that Windows 11's Notepad is more functional than Nano at this point.
No, it's got
tabs. It's got all kinds of stuff, man.
Yeah, I can't. What is it? It's just the slash in the searching, or is that Vim? Am I thinking Vim?
It's definitely Vim. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Vim. You can. Yeah.
See, I still can't. Like, just because I don't prefer Vim doesn't mean that I can let go of Vim. It's like going back to a bad girlfriend, right? You can't. It just pops up in your mind sometimes, and you're like, stop that. It's terrible. We can't.
Like, I'm definitely no professional Vim user, as it were. I mean,
Yeah.
I do use it professionally, but that's not what I mean.
Yeah, you use it in your job.
I do use it in my job,
But you can't do Vim competitions.
Right.
No,
And
yeah,
so,
no.
but I did watch a coworker today during a Teams call who was using VI, but same idea,
Right.
to edit some stuff, and I was like, just seeing them, like it was painful. They were so slow, and
Yeah.
it was
So
like,
yeah,
yeah,
they were
like
in insert mode the whole time.
yeah, pretty much
No.
insert mode and arrow keys all day. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why
I know
is
what you
the
mean.
cursor over there?
It's like all they need to know is how to go into insert mode, how to leave insert mode, and how to save and quit.
Yeah.
Everything else they just
Do
And
you
it does work. It's just not
right.
efficient.
Yeah.
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 Do
If you're
you
gonna do
know
that, use Nano. Yeah.
do you know
Right.
how I figured out what D does in Vim?
Accident.
Yeah, seriously. My middle finger when I was chilling on the home row on my left hand
Oh, you were
got a
just
little
bouncing
heavy.
on D?
Yeah, I got a little heavy, and I tapped it once, and apparently I tapped it twice, and the whole line just goes whoop.
Yep, you deleted a whole line. Yep.
What? And then I had to figure out what I did, and it was like, oh wow. And now
Well,
that
there's
is
Yeah.
undo. You learned about undo.
sure didn't. Absolutely not. What?
You learned about Q exclamation point and started all over again.
That's exactly what happened. Quit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's when you reach
start
for
over.
the reset button.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, man, but I just got rid of a whole
I'm just gonna
configuration
delete that
file.
swap file when I get back. and
Yes,
start over.
sir. Oh yeah, because it complains about there being a file lock or something.
Yeah, because it tries to maintain like where you were, right? So you can recover where you were.
Vim's too smart
Yeah.
for me, man. That's what I mean. It's
Which is-
just too smart.
Which was something that I noticed one of my coworkers did once. Like they opened up a log file in Vim, and I immediately started twitching because like it puts a lock on the file, so you can't
Yeah,
write you can't
You
write
should have
to
hit
it
it
anymore.
less, man.
Yeah, less. Yeah, absolutely. And so I'm like freaking out because I'm like, hey, you just locked your log file. You can't write to that anymore.
So he's basically trying to like tail F the file in Vim. Is
Right.
that what's
Yeah.
happening? Okay.
Well, or just look
Oh.
at it because it was a log file that probably wasn't being written to a bunch, and they were just looking back at
okay.
things.
But
But
certainly not being written to while you're in there.
nope,
Nope.
not writing to it. Then are you?
All
Anyway.
right. Well, I have emerged. See, we can have this entire conversation as soon as we throw the gnome thing in there because it'll be compiling for the next 2 days.
Sure.
But I have a question, Dan. I have to lean on you today. I don't know what it says because I haven't even actually gone in and done anything. But I wanted to. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm in the
sorry.
wrong place. That's why. There we go. Okay. I was like, oh no, my README file that I made for myself, so I didn't forget what I had to do. Okay. So last night I emerged at World so I could be up to date for today. And all right, so this is that same this is that same informational message I got the other day. So important. 2 config files in etc need updating. See the configuration files and configuration files update tools selection of emerge man page to learn how to update configuration files. What?
Yeah, so there are different tools that you can use to merge those configuration files. Essentially, look at the comparison between what it thinks it should be updated to with the new based on new configuration and what your current one is, and so you can merge those things together.
Okay.
It's like a diff tool if you've ever used one of those types of things. Shows you the diff, and if you want to, do you want to add that line or keep it the same or whatever.
Cool.
So you probably do. Let me find the names of some of those tools.
Hold on, let's do man emerge. Surely we'll find what we want in here. But welcome, Kazuya. I use Gentoo personally. You should select. Okay, so I did do that. I selected GNOME on OpenRC.
Mhm.
And you've been using Gentoo for 15 years of compilation. I wonder. I have a question, actually, for people that use Gentoo a lot. I wonder how much power you have used to power the CPUs to compile the packages you need over the 15 years that you've used Gentoo. Not as you should feel bad about it, but just as I'm curious, how many kilowatt hours over the years does it equal up to? It's just endlessly interesting to me to know just stuff like that. But only Gentoo and no Windows. That is impressive, I will say. Oops. All right. So okay. What I wanted to do was, Dan, did you say there was an option or something to look at that?
Yeah, if you run the tool, it will give you an option to stare and compare, basically, and
Okay.
merge configurations. Let me hold up
Yo,
just a sec.
Steve.
Um,
So I just type in the tool
right.
dash eyeball it.
So, CFG update might be installed. I
It
don't
is
know if
not.
that's installed. It is not installed. That is
Do I need to
5.
emerge that?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
That might be the most popular one. I don't know.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
not.
So
I'm
it
not a Gen 2 expert.
so is that
But
actually a it'll figure out which configuration files you need to look at, and then it will just show them to you and basically give a yay or nay.
yes,
Keep, discard. Really? So
more. Yeah. It's a diff tool.
so
Essentially
Gentoo's a
for
lot
your
like
configuration
Arch
files.
in that as long as you know the right tools to use, you can make it pretty painless.
Yeah. Ish.
yeah.
They give you a lot of tools to work with. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And I guess that's
There
the
it is.
impressive thing. I didn't appreciate going into this experience.
Yeah.
Was all of the things that are available to you.
Got it.
Yeah, I just sent you the link to the wiki page on CFG update.
Cool. We'll look at that. I am emerging it now. 3 packages. Oh, it's an XApp.
Sounds,
So we can't just jump straight into Wayland and it not be blurry. Let's see. Hold on.
it's an XApp?
Well, it brought in X11. Yeah, it brought in X11 apps, and then CFG update. So, oh yeah, wait. Why would it bring in X stuff if this is a command line tool, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know.
You know what? Emerge is smarter than me. I will leave it alone.
Oh, it gives you an
Oh,
it's
Dan.
right there in the text.
Dan, what was my question? Kazuya said they're French and they're learning to speak English. What crap? What question did I have? Oh, I know what it was. Okay, got it. Hold on. Hey, Mozilla Translate, how do I make it do that? I just want to give it some text and then let Mozilla translate it.
I don't know how you do that.
Okay, fine. Google Translate. We're gonna figure that one out for you, Kazuya. All right. Into French from English. Okay. Let me see. Oh wait, hold on. Wrong browser. I have
we
two.
can't see any of that.
Yeah, I have a browser just for the private stuff. You know. Oh, so then y'all didn't see me look up CFG update. Okay, well maybe I should stop making mistakes. Okay, so here we are. How many
Yep. Now you're on the
kilowatt hours
screen. Oh yeah.
did you use during the 15 years you were on Gentoo? Question mark. Because the question mark makes a difference.
I'm sure it does.
There we go. No, that's too big. There you go, Kazuya. That might help.
There you go.
And then let's see. Only use grub, so do we. And the dist kernel use flag. What is that? Which one is that?
That's there's 3 different kernels. And so that's the dist kernel. That's the distribution kernel, if you will. Comes with the standard distribution options.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Just trying to be funny. I don't know if it came across, but was not a serious question. But I am curious. I don't know. Well, you're at the right place if you want to know all the slang, Kazuya. I'll give all that to you.
Jeez, I guess so.
all the Linux memes, man.
So you're ready to do your config comparison here, I think.
Let's do that.
So you want to do cfg-update-u, I think.
Oh, hold on. Let's do a help first.
Yeah,
-u. -u. What does -u do? Update the protected configuration files. Okay.
Yep.
So we just want to do localhost, which is -u. Oh, you can do this remotely.
If you wanted to.
So wait, so you could just emerge something and then, get on a different machine with config update and then. So how do you do that? Do you just put in the IP address or hostname afterward? Host 121. Wait, so that sounds like you'd have to have like a host file.
I think that's if you want to merge your config files amongst multiple machines, probably.
So like Ansible Lite kind of situation where
in a way maybe
it's config change, but rudimentary. That's cool. Okay, that's kind of cool. All right, so that makes sense. And so you can back up configs too. List all backups. How do you take a backup? Restore backup. Okay, so I can see how to. But hold on, it just says list all backups. So do you just do config update B and then?
You're asking, not an expert.
Oh, don't trust me. This is what I'm saying when I'm saying that we're gonna break it.
We'll just jump in and make the changes then.
Okay, sounds good. Emerge app module rebuild. Okay, so
yeah.
Well, that'll be for later, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Config update -u. How did you put it? You didn't say eyeball it. No, you didn't say eyeball it. But we're gonna be looking at one of these.
Stare and compare.
Stare. Yeah. Oh, love that. That's so good. Okay.
So you're about to update a file. Blah blah blah. So these are the options you have. I mean, you can merge manually, or
so if I just hit yes, it'll merge it, and it'll take the new stuff. Is that correct? To merge the current file.
If you hit yes, it'll show you. I think hit yes.
Yeah. And this is etcrc.conf. Oh wait, well that's not intuitive. So you're telling me that if I hit yes, it doesn't merge it?
I believe, yeah. S would skip.
Okay, I see it. Okay, yes to merge the.
Okay, so here you go. Here's where you do your stare and compare. It's showing you both with sdiff. The sdiff is a tool, basically to
Well, I'm just hung
show
up.
the differences between the two files.
Oh, sdiff.
So now you're
diff.
going to So now you are going to pick right or left. So that'll be your new config file when you're done.
Okay, wait. So the old one is left, the new one is right? Because my thing is I'm hung up on the user facing side of this. So before we get into left and right, so it says press Y to merge the current file. But it doesn't merge the current file. It asks you after that. So press Y to
part of the merge. This is part of the merge process.
Right, but
so it shows you the two files, the current file and a dot, whatever CFG.
Oh, I understand.
000. Those are two files, right?
Okay.
So it's going to merge those two files.
I'm just hung up on the language. It says to merge the current file this, whatever, but with sdiff. So it's basically telling
SDiff
that
is
it's
the
gonna
tool.
it's
Yep.
gonna launch sdiff so you can merge the file. Okay, so the language is weird, I think, but it
A
works.
little bit.
I
Yeah,
understand now. Okay, so in sdiff, differences from the left or the right file. Okay, right. So left is the current file. R is the new file.
The new file.
Okay, so it's gonna essentially disable RC parallel for me. But what is RC parallel?
I don't know.
Whilst
Jump
we have,
right in.
hold on, warning. Whilst we have improved parallel, it can still pot the boot process. What's pot mean? Does that mean like break it?
Sounds bad.
Yeah, it
sounds bad.
Yeah, it sounds like in the pot, which is, speaking of slang, we're learning slang today. Okay, so all right, so essentially I'm going to change this from RC parallel yes to RC parallel no, because I would suppose that no is the default. But I had parallel on, and it says while we've improved parallel, it can pot the boot process. So I would want it to be no, because I don't want it to, whatever pot means, the boot process. I don't want it to do that. Nate, help! Okay, so in sdiff, it's asking me this question about RC parallel, and it wants to turn it off. Should I hit yes?
Just do it. Just do it.
Okay, all right. Nate, you said yes. We're doing yes. How do you say yes? Oh wait,
R.
R. That's correct.
R.
We
You
want
want
the
the
right one. Cool. Thanks, Nate. It's awesome. If this breaks, Nate, it's your fault. Okay, next one.
So next file. Yep.
Oh, view the merged result. Okay, so we're not even done.
No. So it's going to show you what it merged.
Oh, I
And
see.
You can hit yes. Yeah.
Okay, so let's V. And
That's the
it was
entire file.
Yeah, and this is what it did. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so 1 means go. Wait.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Keep the merged result.
Okay, that's what I want. Cool. All right. Ooh, hey. Uh-oh. Okay, so I can't break this. SSHD or SSH config. I can't break this one. Hold on. Let me see.
Well, let's look at it. Let's
me-
look. Hit yes. Let's look at it. Let's see what we're merging.
Yeah, I'm gonna break something, Steve. I'm gonna break something. How dare you let Nate come in here, Steve, and he didn't even answer.
Well, if he breaks SSH, then show's over. Everybody go home.
No, because it's in Proxmox, so I think we might be able to fix it. Maybe.
Taking all the fun out of it. Taking all the fun out of it.
I know.
What's it want to do here?
It wants to turn permit root login yes off, it looks like. Yeah, because this little thing is looking like it just wants to remove that line. And that's fine.
Okay.
I'm fine with
Because
that. I don't.
because you're not logged in as root.
I log in through the SSH session as me, and then I elevate to root. So this wouldn't cause me any
so
issue.
won't break that. So
Okay.
you're good.
So right, I want, and we're just gonna. Yep, I just pressed 1. Thanks, Nate. Appreciate that. You helped me with the second one too.
Boom. All your config files are merged now.
Yay! I didn't. Well, okay. I was about to say I didn't break anything, but I haven't broken anything yet because we don't know just yet.
We haven't got GNOME on there yet. Yeah.
Open goose. I love that. We need a goose now. Just so we can make that joke forever, Steve. I'm going to find a goose. I'm going to go out to the stores and I'm going to find a little stuffed goose. And
All right. So here's a funny story.
Uh-oh.
So where my daughter's going to college is right on one of the Great Lakes, right? So geese are pretty prevalent up on the lawn all over the place.
I hear they're mean.
Oh, they are. And she's like, they're everywhere. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
So as a gag gift, my wife did send her a goose. It was a stuffed goose. She got it. And it makes noise. It makes like goose noises and stuff.
That's
And
cute.
so yeah.
I hate
it was a fun
gooses. A geese.
it was
Gooses.
it was-
I hate geese. Here, have a goose.
Yeah. It was cool. It was cool.
Honk.
I love the idea of geese.
But
I've never
they
had
do
to
make a
fight
mess.
one.
Yeah, and they do make a mess where you're trying to walk.
Yeah.
And they eat grass, so you can imagine what that looks like.
They eat grass.
Yeah, grass, leafy stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Because the only thing I could think of is like, yeah, they eat bread because people just feed them bread.
Well, they eat that too. Yeah, sure.
That's how you give a goose diabetes, man. Don't give them bread.
Exactly.
I heard peas was a good idea, but those are pretty
Just give
starchy
them
too.
white sugar for the geese. Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, man. And this is American bread. So, Kazuya, this is not French bread or any kind of bakery bread. This is like Sunbeam, not good.
Preservatives and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's bad.
And lots of sugar. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. I
No, so
haven't had bag bread like that in a long time, and I'm sure
No.
my body appreciates it.
they're vegetarians.
Yeah, yeah. I got a bread machine. Did I tell you this? This is how we're gonna take the
I
show
know, I
into
know,
food.
Yeah. You
Dude.
said you got one, and that's awesome.
Dude, okay, so I use this weird little Japanese soft white bread. It's the best bread I've ever had.
Really?
Oh my God. And it's so like, it doesn't have any preservatives or it doesn't even, it has
Right.
like a tablespoon of sugar in it in a whole entire
Oh,
2-pound
so
loaf.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but this thing like stretches and pulls like, I don't, oh man, it's so great for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It is like,
Oh, okay.
it feels like a bag bread loaf, but it most assuredly is not. Oh wow, it was really good.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, well, my bread intake has increased, which is not good.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah.
It's not good for me. Okay,
All right, so you're ready to emerge gnome, I
think so. Okay, well, okay, so last time, who was it? Was it BGT that told me to, all you got to do is just install GNOME. And then you just
You
kind
do
of,
now.
yeah, and you kind of go from there. So I ran updates yesterday. We did the configuration things so I don't accidentally break something because I didn't do something.
So here's one thing to remember that I had forgotten. So I don't know about gnome. I did plasma, right?
Uh-huh.
Installed plasma just fine. But what I neglected to remember was it doesn't install all of the applications necessarily that you use.
Right.
Things like
Oh,
console.
yeah, you told me about
and
Konsole, yeah.
was one I wanted to open the terminal. You can't open a terminal because there isn't one installed.
Yeah, so you got to like Control Alt F2
Yeah.
or
Oh yeah. You're dumping out to a virtual terminal or whatever.
So we have
And
an
then-
advantage here only in that I will have a SSH open. So like
Right.
if we come into the live stream and try to fire up GNOME and we do, but we don't have a terminal, the SSH session will still be open so I
Right.
can kind of end around that. But being on a laptop, that would be annoying because you'd have to switch
Well,
to like
it's a-
TTY2 or
yeah.
something.
It's a thing, but what I don't know, at least with what's in the meta package exactly, right? I mean,
Right.
obviously, there's a bunch of stuff in there, and it'll get you off and running. But without closer examination, I have no idea what's in it.
So
So-
if
But I think it's a good start. You got to start with that.
So if I add it, oh, GNOME. Was it you, GNOME? It was you, wasn't it? That was in the last, that was a couple of episodes, or a couple live streams ago, but maybe it was
That sounds
GNOME that told me that's all
Yeah,
you
or
had to
maybe
do.
even after the live stream. I can't remember.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll emerge the GNOME
Meta
package, and then
Yep.
we'll just see what it says it's going to do.
Yep, let it rip.
Okay,
I think that's the thing.
Yeah, gnome-based gnome. That's what it is. Okay. So I don't want to do something like one shot or whatever because I want it to come in every time. So I want
Oh
emerge,
yeah. You want it to get into your tree, and yeah.
gnome-base gnome. That's really all I got to do. Here we go. Oh crap! I didn't read the news.
You might want to ask. Oh, that's all right.
Oh wait, yeah, I should probably stop that. Yeah, okay. Emerge ask. Yeah, that's because that's what I said I wanted. I wanted it to ask first.
Yeah, and you could do the verbose thing too, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Yeah, I'd say I need to open BTOP. I need to open an SSH session for BTOP because you can't really see that. I don't feel like you can see that very good.
If I squint,
Right? Yeah. If you squint, you can possibly see more squiggles.
okay, so you got to fix some of your use
Oh.
flags.
Circular dependencies. Oh, okay. Change use, add minimal, and remove pulse audio. Is it because it's gonna want jack? Not jack. What's the, pipe wire?
Pipewire?
Maybe that's why. Okay, so this is Kazuya told me the file. What was it? The conf.
No, that's an
Make-
either or question.
Oh, okay. Wait.
You
Wait.
The way I understand that question right there, it's an either or thing.
Oh, any of the following changes. Okay, so if well, I figure minimal.
It says, yeah. Well, here's the other thing. It says this change can be reverted once the package has been installed.
Okay, so it's not dire, but we need to choose anyway. All right,
yeah,
so
or else it's not gonna.
yeah, so my thought is we need to get rid of the minimal flag because I'm not really aiming for a minimal system,
No,
although
that's
the compile time.
plus minimal.
Right, so it says change it. Oh, well, okay, then I don't want that. Okay, hold on. Let me look at this file.
The other one is going to be without pulse audio. So you're either going to add the minimal or remove pulse audio, basically.
Okay, so that's not asking. Okay,
The
so
way I
use.
understand that.
Yeah, because I don't have it, so it would need me to add minimal. So either add minimal or remove pulse audio. Okay. Yep. Well, okay, so I guess I don't understand what the minimal use flag would do. Because it sounds to me like it would make me want a minimal system, so it would try to not install things. Some things that are just unnecessary.
Maybe.
So would it be better...
without pulse audio? I don't know.
Right, because it would prefer Pipewire. Well,
I don't know if it's that smart, but yeah, maybe.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Here's how I'm going to go ahead. We're going to do the minus pulse audio. Because,
you can add it later.
Right, because then we could just go the Pipewire route and add that, as opposed to, if it is that smart and minimal really does mean minimal, that would do less. I feel like doing the remove pulse audio would do less damage. Would be easier to recover from. Or to...
Worst case scenario, you don't have sound.
Right, yeah, and I don't really need it. I will need it once this becomes my Gentoo box, but I will not need it now. Okay, emerge ask. Let's see what it tells me. Am I gonna break it? It doesn't seem like it yet. All right.
Terminal?
Wow, we need more changes. Okay.
Of course you do, yeah. Oh.
See, package use. Oh, but I need pulse audio. So this is not, it's not really giving me a choice.
Yeah, hit yes.
Right, is it going to...
choice.
So it's going to fix it for me.
Let's see what happens.
Wait, what did... Well, hold on. Auto unmask change. Let me see what my make conf looks like now. Well, they didn't change that. So...
No, it didn't change anything.
So
there, I think.
So what is it? Okay, what is it gonna do?
No, it wants you to use the config change tool.
Oh, the diffy thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well.
But it says if we go back, yeah, hit sure yes.
Okay, and then I did CFG update.
Maybe, yeah. Let's hold up here though.
Okay.
I was reading that. That's all right. Yeah.
No, I can go back. What's up?
Run through this. No, run through this. That's fine.
Okay, so
that's the thing. Gentoo takes a lot of reading. You have to read all of the stuff that it spits out at you.
Yeah,
it's yeah.
So you can
it's annoying.
You can see some of that on stream, but Nate said, for what it's worth, I've been using Tailscale to access my VMs from my host machine because KVM hurts my head. No, that's not bad at all. Like, yeah, a system's a system as long as you can get into it. And
exactly.
So about Gentoo, I feel like there's something I should do as a Linux rite of passage, but I sort of feel like I don't have the motivation to learn it. Well, I don't think I have the motivation to learn it either. I mean, I am in a privileged position
Really?
because I have, well, yeah, because I have Dan here to slap my hand and tell, don't do that. But
Nah, but wait a minute. You really like learning new things,
I do. I really do.
so you do have the motivation.
Okay, fine. I was being
But
self-deprecating.
but that's why you do it.
It is.
I mean, that's why we're doing it, is so that we can, learn.
Didn't have to twist that much.
No, I didn't have to twist hardly at all. Hey,
Yeah,
it wasn't my choice. To
Yeah.
be completely fair here,
I do think it was mostly me.
he was the one that suggested we go all season long with it too.
Yeah, sure did. Okay. Oh,
Not that I think it's a bad experience. I just, yeah.
hang on. That looks terrible.
Nah, go with it.
What is that even? Hold on. Wait. Okay. Oh, yeah, I will. I absolutely will. But
It's fixing your CPU flags.
right, but a CPU flag is not, close alligator equals media tabs, media libs, lib canabera, blah, blah, pulse audio. Everything else is commented out. And then the bottom line, too. Those things are commented out, except those two lines. And that's not a CPU flag. So, what did it even... it's going to be bad.
I'm utterly confused.
I don't even know what this is asking me, but...
Just hit right.
Yeah. There it is. Do we want to complete this update? Of course we do. I know exactly what you're telling me. And then there was
I think, yeah, 2 of 2.
Okay, so here we go. Okay, so...
Hey, Dan, you ever heard of a Linux bridge having like a limit to the number of things on it?
A Linux...
As far as network, Linux,
Oh.
network bridge? No.
There's
Devices behind it, or
So-
like
Well,
you know,
there's like...
bridge?
Each connection would be a file, and there is a an overarching file limit on...
but it's a lot.
Yeah,
Well, I
I'm
know.
nowhere near that.
Well, then that's... Yeah, okay. Well, you asked, man. It's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
You've only got, what, 4,090 different VLANs if each one of those was a bridge.
No, so I have a Proxmox server that I'm working on, and every other VM can connect to the network except for one. And like I tried recreating the VM, and it does the same thing. They're all using the same bridge. They're all grabbing IPs from DHCP.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
There's no... The IP is available. Like, it's not a duplicate IP, as far as I know.
And so you have VMs that can't get IPs now?
No, they can't, but it gets an IP.
Okay.
And it doesn't connect. Like, it's almost like there's no route, but like there is a route. And I checked like IP route and everything, and it's all correct.
Huh.
And yet it still can't get out.
How weird.
And everything else can.
Did you destroy one and create a new one?
Tried that. Same thing.
Yeah, well, did you do that in rapid-ish succession?
Barely, yeah. But
Because
this
it could be
VM
an
has existed for a while and it's never connected.
I wonder if it's like an ARP cache sort of thing.
Yeah,
don't know
what does ARP say? What does the ARP table say? And then can you ping any IP address that's not your own?
Yeah, let me
Local.
check that.
Yeah. ARP
Yeah,
is weird,
because
man.
because you got to wait for it to time out.
Yeah. Or you could just clear the cache and then let it
Well, or
relearn.
that. Yeah, you're right.
All right.
But maybe it's not that, but it's hard to tell. Sometimes it's hard to tell where it's cached too. So it could be cached
On the router side or something. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh,
It's. Oh.
I think we're good. Look at all this. Look at all this. Well, guys, stream's over. I'm going to start compiling. See y'all next week.
we need these.
Look at this. Wow. Yeah. Okay, when I chose the GNOME profile, it was 112 packages. It was or 115, something like that. It was low hundreds. This is at least the same. At least.
Yeah, I would expect that.
Okay, so what are we looking at? We're libog, GDM, Fuse. Okay, cool. I'll be able to run app images. That's great. QRN code. What do I need that for?
I hate QR codes.
Yeah, but I don't ever use them because I just type in
Probably
Linux user
something
space dot
integral.
show.
It's probably something integral in GNOME.
I guess it's probably bringing in that QR code maker that they have.
The new one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or at least prepping for it.
It may be bringing in ALSA. Cool. Vulkan. Uh-oh, I'm about to bring Steam in here. Do you have to compile Steam? There's no way. It's a binary, so you couldn't. What's Neon? Music Brains. What? Listen, I like tagging my audio files, but what do I need it for in a Gentoo system? CD Paranoia. I feel like I want to know what that is. Hold on. CD Paranoia. Okay. CDDA. Really? So this is part of like the Music Brains thing where it's gonna like try and read a CD and then do the CDDB lookup stuff.
That's
What?
probably a Nautilus need.
Really?
I don't know. I'm
Maybe.
guessing.
Hey, it's bringing in the one true font, Cantarell. Ubuntu font is good. Ubuntu font is number 2. But for the terminal, they all suck. It's all fear of code.
I agree with that.
Mozilla did good with Fira.
The nerd fonts are
Yeah, pretty much.
pretty good. Yeah.
What do you think of the potential consequences of adding an ARP-ignore flag for the hypervisor?
Huh.
Well, I mean, it can't be any worse than what you got going on.
Well, maybe it could because
Yeah,
then everything would stop working.
Everything would break.
Because then the ARP table would just be blank.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
But if it's just for that single VM, I don't know as it would hurt anything.
Yeah. Well, does ARP ignore mean like you just don't have an ARP table? Like it basically
So
disconnects
it learns
you.
every time? Or would it learn every time?
Well, then that's fine. That would be fine because then it would. But yeah, I guess it would be scary if you were in a
more into that. Yeah.
public place because then you could like have things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Blue Z. Okay, so I'll have Bluetooth. Cool.
What is a CD? Vince wants to know.
A CD. Well, Vince, back in the 90s and early 2000s, there were these things. As a matter of fact, I have an image of one that I made. It was a CDR. Yeah. Hey, there it is. Yeah, I'm so dumb. I'm actually using them as coasters, though. That's why.
Me too. That's why it's in front of me.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even think of it. I'm using them both. Yeah, they looked like that, and they were cool and shiny, and they had music on them. And the only acceptable CD to have was Metallica, Master of Puppets.
And then later on, you were able to use them in your car.
Yeah.
Which was like, I don't know, really high tech stuff when you could play, MP3s on a CD in your car.
I bought a head unit just for that. I learned a lot about how not to wire one up in a truck. But I did eventually get it to work. And my God, before I got a different one that had the USB plug version, MP3 CDs were...
It was a thing.
And what was funny about that is that so many people have accidentally burned like music CDs incorrectly, and then they ended up with MP3 CDs. Those were like magically playable years after the fact. And so when you came across one in a drawer that you forgot to throw away, you're like, oh yeah, Britney Spears, great, pop it in.
Yeah, you're right. And so Nate says he never ended up getting a CD player that played MP3s, and that's because they were really short-lived.
They were, and I was all about it because I was in the Napster, like deep in Napster, and I had that 100-pack spindle, and I had to use them somehow. And
yeah,
man, I will
and
tell
they were
you,
way cheaper than buying one of those iPods, the 20 gig actual hard drive iPod things.
But let me tell you, I don't know how I did it, but I easily accomplished devouring through at least 5 of those 100 spindle things. And I mean, the amount of plastic that I have added to the ocean is probably not negligible.
So Steve says he keeps a CD in his car, and he's labeled it in case of emergency.
Is it just a bunch of Iron Maiden songs? And you're like, man, when the apocalypse comes, boy, Iron Maiden in the deck, we're driving.
Hey, when nothing else works, nothing else matters, I guess.
That's true. A CD of Mandrake. I definitely
As
had.
long as you got fuel, you're good.
That's right.
Right.
I had a CD of Mandrake, but it was a proper pressed from Mandrake, paid $39.99 for it CD of Mandrake,
Nice.
and it was very short lived because Win modem. Yeah. Whoa.
Genesis sticks. Nice.
Look at
Nice.
Okay.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, that is good stuff. That's driving music.
I could get behind that. Yeah,
Me
absolutely.
too. Yep, 100%. Actually, Steve, send me that playlist. I'm gonna make that playlist. I want that now. I need to see what you're into first.
All right, so it's the new Lust playlist now.
I want to build one. That sounds great. I don't have Spotify, but someone does. And then we can share that around. All right. So what's real cool is Gentoo gives you GNOME Desktop 44. And that's pretty good because GNOME 45 just came out.
Right. So that was a point that Joshua made, I believe. Basically, Gentoo kind of holds on to things for about 30 days.
Oh, that's right.
In the testing, they run through testing and they hold on to it for like 30 days ish.
I asked about that.
And then they get moved over to the stable branch.
Okay, so I asked him. He didn't get back to me yet. So maybe Dan, you might know, or someone in the chat might know. So is it like Manjaro, where they wait the 3 days and then they splat it on your system, so it's not like Arch from the hot fire hose?
I don't exactly know. Does Manjaro test them? Like, how do they test them?
I think they just wait.
Just wait.
I don't know that they put it through any kind of automated anything other than someone they know runs Arch and they said this broke.
Yeah, so Gentoo may not do any automated testing per se, but having it there for 30 days, someone's probably tested it, right?
Yeah, right.
So
I don't know if y'all know who these guys are.
I feel like, yes, it's the same, but no, it's not.
Okay.
In a way, right? Because I feel like it actually has had some testing.
Yeah. Okay. But it is a hard 30 days, and they basically yes or no on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my anecdotal analysis of it.
I think maybe I'll try and pay attention to it and see what maybe
totally wrong.
Yeah.
See how long? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I suppose if something was to be catastrophically wrong, they just wouldn't merge it, right?
Right.
They wouldn't move it over. I mean, and that's fair.
Exactly. And 30 days is plenty of time for upstream to fix it.
I would think it's 30 days is plenty of time to get some testing on these things too.
Yep. All right. So the rest of GNOME. Oh, look, they're going to give me Sudoku. Great. See, that'll be great for the next time I compile. So I can just play like 20 games of Sudoku and then the system will be compiled.
Yeah.
All right. WebKit, GTK. That's probably for, what's the web browser? What's that one? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Epiphany right next down.
Epiphany?
Right down, right below it.
Yeah. You need a browser, right?
Makes sense. Yeah. What I didn't see was gnome-terminal, though. I have not seen it yet. GNOME Session. GNOME Disk. GNOME Disks. Oh, it's like my favorite app of all time. The only thing that is better than GNOME Disks, and it's only because of one feature that GNOME Disks can do, is Rufus. But, I mean, GNOME Disks does so much more than Rufus, though. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good.
File roller.
You got Nautilus, so you can look at your files.
Yup. GNOME Control Center. What's Events? Events is that's some music.
PDF reader?
It says GStreamer.
Events
So I'm
is a PDF reader.
Oh, is it really?
Events is it's a document reader. I think they actually call it.
What is sushi? That sounds cool. Man, now I want sushi.
It does sound good, but no, I don't remember.
Evolution for email. This is why. Here it is. I found it. Look at this. Brasero and Sound Juicer. That's why we got those CD things. God, who burns CDs anymore? Really, Gentoo? Gentoo's out here really giving you a package to burn CDs by default when you install GNOME.
Well, it's in the metapackage, right? It's probably been there and nobody took it out, right? Kind of thing.
I feel like, yeah, but I mean, CDs stopped coming installed in laptops in like 2013. So that's like a good 10 years that they've had to drop Brasero. But maybe not. Maybe not.
Here's funny. Steve says, as I told the MRI technician when he asked what music I like, I said I was eclectic, and he said, "Funny, you don't look Irish."
Eclectic. So that means that you also listen to Cannibal Corpse on occasion, and then you're also a Kanye West fan.
And Taylor Swift.
Yep, he's a
That
Swiftie.
would round out eclectic, I believe.
He is a Swiftie. As a matter of fact, I heard him say it one day. He's been to at least 3 concerts.
Well,
Full on Swiftie. What is that? Why is Gnome 40 coming in now? Maybe that's a fallback thing?
that's the base, like the base version.
Okay. But here you go, Dan. Something's wrong with the plasma package, metapackage, because I have gnome-terminal right here.
Oh, no, I don't know if it's wrong. It's one of the KDE apps, so and it didn't install KDE apps. That's a separate meta package. That was the part I didn't read into it when I was.
You're
looking
giving
at the
him too
wiki
much
page.
credit. That's too much
Nah,
credit.
it said it. I just didn't read it.
Well, yeah, but giving Gentoo too much credit there. I feel like the same reason that Brasero is in here, Konsole was not in there.
Could be.
Okay, so we're hitting yes.
Do it. We're good to go. I think you got everything you need. You got everything you need right there.
Dan! Well, I don't think it would have gotten done anyway, but we forgot to change it to jobs 2 first.
Oh,
Next time.
that's gonna be a little slow, but it's gonna get done.
Well, okay, actually, so you said that you were mostly sure that a single compile job is
I don't know
indeed
that.
multi. Okay, right, all right. So that is a question that I have then.
Well, I think it's multi-threading the compile job.
Right, so that just means it's jumping between cores. Doesn't necessarily mean that one compile job can use 2 cores simultaneously.
Yeah, I don't think it. Well, it's not doing multiple compiles at the same time. It's not that kind of thing. I don't think so. It's a single compile job, but with multiple threads. The way I understand it.
Okay, so
Does that make sense?
running that on 2 cores would not make it twice as fast. It would jump between the 2 cores as the kernel decided it needed.
Right. It would be faster though.
Would it though?
I think so. Yeah.
Because the way that I'm looking at it, oh, holy crap. It doesn't matter. BTOP is reporting that both cores are in use
Okay.
at about 50-ish%.
Oh, so it would have used them at 100% or close to it if you had J2, I believe.
I think it really is like a true multi-thread. Like
Right.
a true actual multi-thread.
Right. Well,
That's
you got to
cool.
remember, you are virtual machined there too, which may have an impact on some things as well.
Yeah. Well, okay. All right. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because your hypervisor might be doing some of your,
Yeah.
it's simulating cores
Yeah.
essentially.
We'll get a true answer on this when we. Well, okay. Actually, what are your jobs set at on Tatertop?
I believe I have it set to 2.
Vince, come on, man. I've only got 4. I'm not trying to. I mean, I got some machine that I need to use. Point taken. I got it. Yeah, I got it. Did you said so you have it set to 2?
Hang on.
Oh, you got to shoot back at Vince.
I got to shoot back at Vince.
Is that what you're? Oh, you're checking.
I'm checking. I'm
okay.
right-handed. I'm one-handed checking on my laptop.
Sorry, I thought you were talking some
No,
smack to Vince.
make ops J2. Yep. I got 2 jobs. Yeah,
so
2
you
jobs.
need to one-shot something. just so you don't add it or whatever. Like anything, like anything that doesn't have additional dependencies. You just want one package. Compile that, and then just essentially use top to verify if you're using 200%. Ish. Like more than 100%.
Yeah, so let me just
Because that would explain why people get like 16 core computers and then compile all the Gentoo stuff on it.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, yeah.
Because they would get a true 32 thread situation going on there, and like a single compile would have 32 threads in it.
Right. Yeah. Well, and so it may depend on the compiler too.
But I would suppose GCC's been around for more than 40 years.
No, so yeah, GCC. But I meant if you were compiling something in a different language potentially, right?
Like, yeah, we're compiling it under Ruby or Rust or but Rust
I don't know, yeah.
Rust is so forward thinking. It would be silly if Rust didn't do true multi-threading.
Probably most everything that we could come up with sitting here on the stream. But I wonder.
Hey, let's multi-thread a Python script.
You don't compile Python.
Don't worry. They don't know that.
Oh. Interpreted language versus compiled, right?
Yeah. Listen, they don't know that. We don't tell them that part.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna bamboozle us.
Exactly. And then we'll be like, look how fast Python is. Throw away your Rust, guys.
Compiles instantly.
Yeah. Look at this. I just typed Python script.py. Immediately. Look at that compile, boys. All right. So oh my God, it's 409 packages. I thought that was a lot. It did look like more than 100. That's a lot. We're on 19 though.
Yeah, no, it's cooking along.
So, and I'm definitely not bringing in new compilers that I saw. So this could.
No, I don't think so. No. So you have your base already.
This may not actually take that long.
Well, it
well,
might take a little while when you get into some of it, but maybe not.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let me rephrase. No single package will take as long as the Rust compiler.
But maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah. To be more accurate, that's. I was thinking that. That's what I mean. Yeah. So these packages will go pretty quick. That's pretty cool. I still haven't gotten to the point where I'm like, yeah, man, really want to do this forever. libDVD read, seriously, just get that out of here. I don't need it. I ain't reading DVDs.
I want to do this forever.
Right, like I haven't hit that point. It's I haven't fallen in love with Gentoo yet. I like Gentoo. It's really cool and it gives you so much power.
I care about you. I don't want you to ever hit that point.
Man, no, I think I've been inoculated because when I was still, because I work from home now, but when I was teaching in-person classes, I had this student that was just so into Linux, and like one day he comes in, he's like, is Gentoo on here? And I'm like, what? Cool. And so, I'm asking him all kinds of questions about it, and I see something going on in the background, like the terminal is doing this. It's like actually doing the compile. And I'm like, what are you doing back there? And he's like, oh, compiling Chromium. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I don't know why you would compile Chromium. Surely there's a binary for it. But, whatever. That's cool. And then at the end of the day, so he's the kind of student that would like stay there all day. And so at the end of the day, when we're locking up and stuff, when we're saying bye, I still see stuff flying across the screen. And I'm like, wow, what are you compiling now? And he's like, still Chromium.
It's still Chromium. Yeah.
Still Chromium, yeah.
Inoculated. I just can't. I can't. But if surely there's a binary of Firefox and Chromium, and I know there's one of the kernel and
there is.
Rust compiler and stuff. So you don't.
I use the Firefox binary.
Yeah. So you don't have to do that, but no. I mean, even for the rest of the system, like, is it worth it?
No.
Not anymore, I guess. But Dan, you made that point a while ago that, it's not worth it maybe now, but it certainly was back in the day when hardware was so weird and that you really could get.
It depends on what you're doing with it, though, too, I guess. If you're using it for a regular desktop, I mean, you're going to pull in all these, like all kinds of things. If you were
Yeah.
trying to make a lean, mean, trim, purpose-built machine, it could be really beneficial, right? Almost, you know, container size things, maybe. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but I feel like if you were doing some server type thing, maybe it's a better use case. Not sure. So you don't pull in a whole bunch of dependencies and you just have the thing.
Yeah, I guess so. That does make a whole lot more sense, though.
But I don't know. Still some work.
Yeah. Have you ever used? Has anybody ever used Gentoo like in production, in something like that?
I'm sure people do.
I know people do, but have y'all?
No.
Me neither. I'd be too scared.
I
'Cause-
don't
'cause-
know. I feel like it is stable though.
Well, it is stable, but it's not about the packages that Gentoo get. Well, it's not about the source that Gentoo gives you. It's like what we had to do earlier about merging the configuration files and things like that. There's so many mistakes that you could possibly make. There's so much that falls on the admin to be able to do. It's so much like a Slackware kind of
Yeah.
thing
But
where
I don't know if that makes it bad.
it doesn't make it bad. It just makes it more difficult, more complex.
You need some chops in order to run it
yeah,
on a long term.
And for me, because I tend to be a lot more on the security side of things, so I very much am keep it simple, because the more simple it is, the less chance you have, or the less holes you have to fall into. So that would mean, you're trusting package managers and the people behind that and the operating system more, but there is usually less complexity on your direct end.
Oh,
You really just have to pay attention to what's going on behind there. So
yeah, but if you were using some configuration management tool like Ansible or something like that, I feel like a lot of that is sort of abstracted anyway, and you're just using those things, right, to manage the thing.
yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how much. I don't know how much it matters.
Yeah. I don't either.
So anyway,
Here we go.
look at you go.
I know. Whoops. No. I'll figure it out one day, guys.
This stream thing, so hard.
I know. It really kind of is, because I suck at it in the first place.
You don't.
Okay, well, a live stream does exist, so I mean, it's not that bad. But there we go. So now I got B-top. Now you can actually see it. That's what's going on back here. Now you can actually see what's going on, which is kind of cool. Okay, what is NASM? It's chewing up the CPUs, so it's doing something. See, Python does compile. I saw it pop up. Look, there it is.
Okay.
It's compiling a list of scripts. Okay, there's compiling in there. It's interpreting the list of scripts.
So Vince wants to know: can you pause and resume a compile? Say if you're running out of battery. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I don't think
So, well, what if I control
Yeah,
seed
I
right
don't
now?
It would break and probably have to recompile that package.
Yeah, you just have to start over.
Okay, but that single package, but not the whole emerge process, right?
Well, the ones that have already gone through probably okay. Obviously, the other ones that you haven't done, not okay. And currently, the one you were currently working on, well, that's all borked up too. So you got to redo that one as well.
Kazuya, I don't know what happened, but the translator was working well until it decided to become Dutch. Like-
Dutch is a wrong language.
Gentoo kernel is buggy, and then it goes to Dutch. I don't know what happened. It looks like Dutch. Dutch is such a funny language that it could be mistaken for English sometimes, especially the accent when they say things. It just sounds like a very flirty birdie kind of thing. That was Swedish, I know, but still, like it falls into that same category, and yeah, it just sounds like a weird accent. But so I get why the translator might have done that.
Oh yeah, so Gentoo is there's a buggy at the end of the installation.
I just installed that kernel. I rebooted into it. It didn't explode.
Yeah, you're probably okay then.
Well, we'll find out. Okay. Well, hopefully, maybe it got fixed. Maybe that happened.
That could be.
And then it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Ooh boy, that could be fun. All right.
Yeah. So.
Well, so now that we're waiting on the old Gnome-Rooney, let's see. What I don't want to do. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I am gonna do. What I've always wanted to do. What these live streams before the Gentoo thing was always supposed to be about, and it was we were supposed to talk about like the new news of the fortnight since the last live stream or whatever. And but we always end up talking about carrot cake. That's what happens. I blame Bruno. It's because Bruno's not here, so we're not talking about carrot cake. It was him and wasabi. All right, so.
So what happened with Fortnite?
Fortnite? What happened with Fortnite?
No,
You
the
just said.
Fortnite, not the fun game.
The past
last
2
weeks. Yeah.
The past 2 weeks, yeah.
Is it that fun, Dan? Is it?
Well, I don't know. I was making that up, I guess.
He doesn't want to admit that he plays Fortnite.
No, listen.
I do not play Fortnite.
My first person shooter of choice, and I don't even think Fortnite's first person, is
third.
Unreal.
Yeah. Mhm.
That was where that's where it's at. There it goes. Unreal, man. Instagib on that one where like the gravity was real low and there were 4 like platforms that you could float to, and then you would just wait inside of one of the doorways until someone decided to jump from platform to platform, and then pew, dead. That was fun.
Do you think you can still do it?
Probably not. Mostly because I get motion sick of those games now, and it is so sad. I think,
That's a bummer.
dude, I actually think it's the prescription of
It
the
could be.
glasses that now. Okay, so do y'all know what?
Like the prisms in there is enough to
Yes.
to mess you up?
Because so a lot of art in the past 10 years has done this thing called chromatic aberration. You got to think of like cyberpunk, and it's basically where you take there's a picture of something, and then like the red and green and blue on the outlines of it are kind of like stretched out, and they're in their own little layers or whatever. Here, hold on. Well,
Makes it look like it's layered.
yeah. So my glasses do that, like on my periphery, and I think it does it here too. I just can't tell. And
Well,
the way
shooting light at your face, so it's not normal. Yeah.
So I after I got past a certain prescription, I started going downward. It was right around the time that Borderlands 2 came out, because I wanted to get it, but I was like, I got to play through Borderlands 1 once, and then so I can be ready. And so I played through Borderlands 1, but I don't know if everybody knows what Dramamine is.
Oh yeah.
I quickly had to go get a bottle of that about an hour in, and boy, I was popping those things. Guys, don't do that.
You must have slept for days.
That'll make you sleepy.
It'll make you sleepy, but if you stay awake through it,
It's a weird
You
sleepy.
see things.
you see things.
It's a strange state. Yeah.
Dude, the walls are moving, and I was not cool with that. It was a very uncool situation, and then the slep came because I couldn't bear to be awake anymore. So I went to bed, and I was cool after that. And then I kept my Dramamine usage very low.
Yeah.
Yeah. So about
Half a dose is probably enough
yeah.
to
Fun fact,
get you started.
I don't do well in planes, both air sickness and
Right.
claustrophobia.
Same. Yeah.
Dramamine.
So if I
Yeah.
fly across the country, it's about 6 Dramamine for the whole thing.
Oh wow. Okay, that's a lot.
The
Cannot
in-flight
do it
movie.
on less.
The
Cannot
in-flight
do it on
movie
less.
is extra special then, huh?
No, I just fall asleep.
Oh, okay,
Just
that's
sleeping
good.
through it. Yeah.
I flew from El Paso to Dallas and then Dallas to Atlanta. And like when I got to Dallas, I'm like, a drooling mess, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how I made it to my gate, but I did. And like the flight attendant was like, we'll let you board with the disabled passengers. It's okay. Like so I boarded first.
Pity
I
on
was
you.
like, I was
Yep.
definitely not in a. I was in a state, man. It was it was rough.
Yeah,
That's
I believe
Yeah,
funny.
so
that.
she
But
boarded me
not, yeah.
first.
So
Okay.
Leo, I wonder if you got yourself like a set of reading glasses or whatever and a Steam Deck, if you could like just hold it closer.
I'm good close. Like so I wouldn't need a pair of readers. I would just take my glasses off. I wonder actually.
So
That's a
so
good
I
question.
wonder if like the Steam Deck would be better for you or not. I just curious. That would rule
Maybe.
out the glasses,
Also,
right?
it'd be less of your overall vision taken up by the motion, right?
True. Well,
Right.
I found that if I played with the FOV, I could stave it off for a little bit, but not all games, and Borderlands didn't at the time support that. So it was just take it
I'm
or
just
leave it.
curious though if that would be a better experience or not. Just
Yeah.
because
Right, but
you
if
don't
you're
have
like,
glasses and it's up close and it's not quite as immersive.
Yeah. So
if you're
they're
playing on like a monitor or a TV, like it takes
Mhm.
up a certain percentage of your viewport, right?
yeah.
Plus some periphery.
Well,
Right.
I play on a 60-inch TV, but I'm like 12 feet away, and so I mean it's actually pretty small, and it'll still do it. It'll
gets
still
you?
do it to me.
Hmm.
Yeah. So what? So this has really gotten me very curious about LASIK and that P version. There's another style of fixing your eyeballs. So
LASIK.
what's that?
The P silent. P LASIK. The
No,
P silent.
there's another style. I forget what it's called. My brother got that one, but I was considering LASIK. So I don't know. I'm in that realm now because, dude, like going back and playing Unreal and being nostalgic and that. So like that entire style of game is off limits for me right now, which is very sad. But also I would like to be able to, in an emergency, not having glasses, be able to run out to the car and drive somewhere. That would be kind of cool. So, it's more than just video games, but still.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
So, consideration, maybe or maybe not.
So
Oh.
glasses improve my vision quite a bit, and I haven't had to have glasses until like the last year.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm at the point where I'm just like, I haven't crossed into the acceptance part yet.
So you still don't wear them sometimes.
Most of the time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like my wife. She knows she needs them, but she doesn't believe it. And
They're
so
so annoying.
yeah.
I have a coworker that he doesn't wear his all the time either. And then he'll get a text message or something. He'll get his phone out and he's like,
Oh my God, right?
it's like, buddy, just put your glasses on, man.
You got to talk to him
I
like
don't
an
do
old
that,
guy.
But yeah.
Yeah, or he's squinting across the room at something. It's
Yep.
like, just put your glasses on.
It just takes me a little longer. Like I don't have to squint or anything. It just takes me about a second longer to focus.
I see that.
He's not actual squinting, but he's intently
you can
looking
tell,
at it,
yeah.
right? Yeah, you know what he's doing. He's
Yeah,
struggling to see it.
You
It's
can
what
see the
I gotta
tight
do.
temples and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can.
It's what I got to do when I wake up and I don't have my glasses on or whatever, and I got to roll over
Yeah.
and do something on a computer or whatever, and I'm like, I can't.
Oh yeah. No,
yeah,
if it's
yeah.
beyond like a few
Yes.
feet, I have no idea what it is.
Oh
If
yeah,
it's
I've got
beyond, like, a few feet.
to my fingertips. That's all I got.
Yeah, maybe
anymore.
yeah. And so, but if I could read my phone, great. Actually, without my glasses, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Anything up close, I'm
Yeah,
pretty good with.
I can get away with it, but it gets a little choppy. It gets a little not
You
positive.
always had glasses, Dan?
Since I was like kindergarten.
Oh, you got them before I did. I don't, man. I must have zoomed past you. I started about third grade, and like the teacher kept having like I was sat in the back. I've always been this way, and then so she like kept moving me up a row until I was, and I this is not a joke, I was at the chalkboard, and then she was like, "We should probably call your mom and let her know, and maybe take
Yeah,
you to
we-
the eye
we- we
place."
need-
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I got glasses, and then I realized that trees weren't green cotton balls.
Yeah, no, it was amazing.
Turns
See,
out,
that's a trippy thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, Nessa tried to explain that to me as well, and like, as someone who's had like amazing vision most of their life, like it's kind of weird to me to go the reverse, right? Like, obviously, as I've gotten older, my eyes are, I have to work a little harder, but like, to do the reverse, to go from like everything sucks to putting on glasses, and it's like, whoa,
Night and day.
where'd all this stuff come from,
yep,
right?
there are blades of grass. What do you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like going
Right.
from low settings to ultra settings. Like,
Yes. Yep. That is so true.
I'm at the point now where I don't leave my bed like without making sure I have my glasses on my
Yep.
face.
Oh yeah, my glasses
And
are.
then I wear them all day long.
Yep.
After that,
You
Yep.
take them off when you go to bed.
but they're so annoying.
oh,
You
they are.
you forget.
But you just need to see.
Yep.
Right, yeah. I mean, what's the alternative, right? Yeah.
You just kind of forget they're there most of the time.
Yep.
Until
Yeah,
you
and I don't.
Until you can't see, and you're like, "Are they on? Like,
Yeah.
is it working? Oh no, that's just
Right.
a smudge. Oh, whoops."
dude,
Yeah.
so many times. But when I was
cataract, nope,
yeah,
smudge.
when I was
Yeah.
younger, my mom would get mad at me all the time for having such dirty glasses, but I didn't notice. I just
No, it just kind of fogs up, right?
Yeah.
And then you clear them off, and you're like, "Whoa."
yeah. But you kind of adjust in the moment, so you don't really even
Mhm.
notice it, and then all of a sudden it's like,
that
yeah,
happens to Nessa. She'll
Yeah.
open like the oven or something and just like
Oh yeah.
that's hilarious. Yeah. But it's
That's a good
the
one.
days when I'm like making smash burgers or something at home, and like there's grease all over my glasses, but I don't
just
notice.
popping all over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like an hour later, I'm like, why does the movie look weird? And then and I'm like, oh, yeah. That's me. Oops.
Usually it's
Nessa has
it's-
like. Go ahead.
Yeah, usually that moment for me is like when I go to look at a laptop or a computer screen or something, and it's just like,
Yeah.
what is it's like, because the extra light coming from the displays actually it
Like everything
makes
is
it glow.
diffracted.
it refracts, like
Yeah.
in the lens, and it's
Yeah.
like really messed up.
Yeah, because I have an astigmatism in one eye, and so that comes out as like lights. Like
The starburst thing.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, and yeah. So if I see that with my glasses on, I'm like, yep, that's me. Gotta clean them
Yep.
So
every
Nessa
time.
has like longer eyelashes, right? Like they're not fake, like they're naturally just longer eyelashes, and so
Right.
like, if with her glasses on, sometimes like her eyelashes will just start like, kind of messing things up because they brush up against the lens and stuff and kind of smudge it up.
Yeah, there are times where I take mine off and I can see where my eyelashes actually rubbed on the lens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that I don't have to put. Is that called mascara? Isn't that what that's called? Where you put it on the eyelashes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just glad I don't use that because I do have naturally very long eyelashes, and they will touch. I can feel them. I can feel them on my glasses sometimes. It's annoying.
Right. You're
So-
getting hung up.
But it's, it's just, this is my natural skin, baby. Look at that. Ooh. Doesn't get any better than that.
Not Maybelline here, right?
No, sir.
Right.
I was born with it.
Mhm.
Born with the gray hair, too, apparently, I guess.
Yeah, same.
Man, I ain't far off of Dan. Put it that way.
Ooh, you can be Santa?
Buddy, I'm in my mid-30s.
Ooh, me too.
Like,
How old do you think I am?
I
know.
23? No.
Yes, correct.
There you go. Yeah.
Exactly.
Not at all.
A young, strapping Leo.
No, that's 37, my man. Just 37.
I'm a little ahead of you guys, but not a ton.
I'll be 37 in March.
Oh, so you're right there with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm catching up to you, Dan. Though I'm trying. Like,
Yeah. No, well, it goes downhill quick, or at least it did for me.
yeah. Well, all of
Just
the
everything?
Well,
Yeah.
just like the hair loss, and what was
Oh,
left was all gray, and like it
Uh,
didn't seem to take very long.
yeah.
After the 4-decade mark.
I was gonna
I
say
don't have any hair loss.
right after your last kid, it was like,
Well, that was when the hair loss really started to kick into
dude,
overdrive. Honestly,
when I had the kid, it was just like woof.
yeah,
I don't know if it
yeah.
was the kid. I doubt it, but it was
No, it
very
was the timing. Yeah.
coincidental.
When did you start losing your hair, Dan?
Probably later 20s.
He
Yeah.
didn't lose it. He know where it went.
Yeah, it's just fell right
I don't know if
out. Yeah.
Dowdy knows where it's at now.
Yeah,
No,
no,
I
he can't.
don't.
I would just keep a bag. And just
Keep a
So-
bag, put an air tag on
that's
it.
right. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I might have started to get a little thin in the mid 20s, early 20s, but I still had it, all over the top of my head then until probably late 20s. Yeah.
Now it's all on
And-
his booty.
Yeah, now there's just none on the top of my head.
Hey, but that's less maintenance too.
Right.
It is. It is. It is.
Yeah, I have very thick, very full hair.
Oh, I did
And,
when I was growing up.
Look at this beard. You
I
can
figure
tell.
if I'm-
Look at
I
that.
figure if I'm almost 37, then I think I'm in the clear at this point.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're not.
Um,
Absolutely not. The testosterone will just be like, guess what? No hair. It'll just be one
There's
day
very,
too.
very few people in my family and extended family that have hair loss. So
Okay. Well, maybe
All right.
the genes have inoculated you.
And the two that I know for certain have it lost most of their hair in high school. So
It was the meth.
it's either, I guess in my family, it's either going to happen real fast or it ain't going to happen at all.
Ah, okay. So once you pass
Yeah,
the
no,
threshold,
one of them was
of-
like almost completely bald in like his graduation of high school.
Oh wow,
Wow.
I was not thin then. Now college, high school, high school and college, I was good with hair. Had it throughout those. Actually, had some pretty thick hair, but it did start to get a little thin once I crested the 2-decade mark, and once I reached the end of that, it was starting to pretty much be gone.
I'd love to see a picture.
I'll have to dig one up. Like I know, I wore a hat a lot, so but I'll. Oh, I think I know. I think I have some. I've got like my senior
that
photo
you're
or
willing
something.
to share.
Yeah, they look all right.
All right. Well, get ready. Linux user
I'll,
space.
I'll dig it up. I'll dig it up. I'll dig it up. I'll
a
find
lust
it.
toot. Here it comes.
Realize these are actual photos too, so I'll have to scan it or
Like paper photos.
It'll be a photo
Yeah,
of
yeah.
a photo.
Take
I-
a picture of the picture with your phone.
I will have to. Yes, they aren't. There's no, the digital wasn't an option back then. Just so you know.
Right. I have been on both sides of the spectrum. I have had no hair when I was in the military.
Oh yeah.
And I have had hair down to past my waist.
Wow. I want to see that picture.
Do you want to see that picture?
I kind of do. Yeah.
Okay, let me get one for you.
Wow.
I mean,
yeah. This is the longest
Leo,
my
yours
hair's.
is-
Yeah.
I was gonna say yours is pretty long, right? It's not down to the waist, but it's down there.
Yeah. It's below my shoulders. Or at least most of
I
it
think
is.
Vince and Steve have both seen this picture of my long hair.
Hold on. Where is this? I need to see it.
Hang on, I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Okay. All right.
Just
I'm ready. I'm ready. So while we're waiting on that, Google killed more crap.
No, of course they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, podcasts. That's okay. Don't use that.
We publish to podcasts, but we also publish to YouTube with a video.
Yeah. So how does that work?
I don't know actually. I think they're pushing everybody to do that. Even if it's just like, how like Linux Matters and stuff does, where it's just like a picture. I think that's just
Okay.
the way now if you're going directly through Google, which you shouldn't.
Interesting.
If you're on a Google phone or Google adjacent phone, you should be using AntennaPod, or what's that one that you said?
I use Podverse.
Podverse. Yeah. Now,
Yeah, Podverse.
someone asked you
I
about
like Podverse.
the Bitcoin part of that, and you said you don't use that part.
I don't use that. It has the podcasting 2.0 stuff.
Whatever. You're
in.
probably you make
So
up a name and you send it into Linux Unplugged, and then every time they're just like Dan Balamalam with the boost every time.
coming in with the boost. Yeah.
Coming in high with the boost.
But
My God.
in all seriousness, it is a pretty great app. It syncs between devices.
Are those Jinkos?
Jinkos?
No, they're just pants that don't fit.
Oh, obviously they're down
They're
to you.
Goodwill pants.
Like
you
they're
know. I
way
was pretty
past you.
poor at the time.
What is with the Apple logo on the shirt? This is not on the live
I
stream,
worked
by the
for
way.
Apple at the
So,
time.
oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Like as a
Like
genius?
retail support person. Yeah.
You were a genius? I knew it
There's
all
Steve coming
along,
to troll
Adam.
you, Adam.
I knew you were a genius.
I sent it to you as well, Dan. And so
Oh,
you can
okay,
enjoy it
cool.
in Telegram.
Yeah,
Sorry.
all right.
Threw everything
I was
off.
just saying, here comes Steve to troll you.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Steve coming in
Oh,
hot
he's
with the
seen it.
boost.
Oh yeah, look at
Clacker
that.
for you.
There it is.
Yeah,
Oh.
nice.
So Steve,
That wasn't even the longest. That was the
That-
longest I had a picture of.
it's pretty impressive. Steve,
I never had it that long. It made it to my shoulders, and that was about it.
wow. Steve, how long did your hair get?
How long has my hair gotten?
Yeah, down to your shoulders, down to your butt.
Nah,
You just been
Never.
high and tight forever?
not quite. I mean, I actually got it permed once when
Whoa.
I was very adventurous that year.
That was all the rage like a year ago. Like it came back, by the way, and all the kids had perms, and that was disturbing. I'm so glad that's over.
I had enough body in my hair. I didn't need to go get a perm. It was plenty wavy as it was.
Oh.
Well, we're near a couple of schools, and they. I find it hard to believe that half the kids have that natural curly hair. So
There's just nothing on
There's
that
the
head
opposite
there,
one
Adam.
for you.
Yeah, no joke. Just what'd you have? Like quarter inch. That's all you had left.
That's
That's
not
all
even there. Yeah.
that's all they let you have. Yeah,
That's what
Yeah,
the
I don't even
government
think
said
that.
you could have.
Yeah, in training at least. Yeah.
when my hair would get long, I get these little weird waves and all that, and so it's just short.
All right. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Wait for about 365 days, and then Steve's gonna have the waviest hair you've ever seen.
There was when we went out to dinner Friday nights. There was this one older guy, gray hair and all that, long but in a ponytail. And I told my wife I was going to do that. She goes, "Not on your effing life, you will."
Oh. Well, you knew that guy ran Linux.
Right?
It's a requirement.
Probably.
That might be BSD.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. He just went the absolute as far as you could go. I do believe it. Oh, and so a question that I've had. So we were talking a second ago. I mean, I say we were talking about it. I was talking about it. Google killed the podcasts thing,
We're talking about podcasts, right?
but then they also killed the basic HTML client. Now, here's a question that I've had. Does this mean that you can't log into Gmail in a browser after this? You have to have an app. Because
No, I think it's just the basic web page version.
But I
Like, if
think that's what you
scroll down
get.
there-
So for work, if I ever have to get into my email, I'll do it through a browser that I don't use normally on my phone.
I don't know.
Because I'm away from home or whatever, and I don't like to cross the streams. I don't like that because we're a government agency. So like
Right.
things get dicey when there's data on personal devices. So
No, I get it.
I'm just like, never the twain shall meet then. But if I need to get into it or something like that, everything stays remotely if I log in through Safari. And I think in Safari, all I get is the basic HTML. But maybe I'm getting an intermediary JavaScripty one or something.
Wait,
Well,
what's happening? Go to
I
that.
hope. So
I think you at one point in time could select that as your preference.
on a desktop, you could. On a full fat browser.
No, on the web. Yeah, on a web browser. Yeah.
Are you
Right.
saying you get a limited version of Gmail? You said.
Yeah, so like looking at the picture here that Leo's got pulled up in the stream,
Yeah.
that's not what you would normally get. Like, yeah, so like if you look down at the bottom, there's a little box there thingy there.
Oh, yeah.
that you pick basic versus the regular fat one.
Okay,
Dude,
so
that's some old school stuff right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get that. That's not normal.
okay, all right. So this is just a super old one. I get an intermediary one because it did kind of look like this. I mean,
Maybe,
you
but
could
the
have
new one is like
that not a
way.
bug?
could have fooled me. It's not a what?
Is that a
Oh
bug?
no, it was a selection, so that like it didn't use as much bandwidth, right? So
Right.
and that so it was an option to be able to stick that on. They're not going to offer that anymore.
Well, I guess whatever day that is, October 25th? No, what is this? Oh yeah, and premium went
25th.
up.
Is that worldwide? Because I imagine there's plenty of places in the
Right.
globe that would really benefit from the old.
Yeah,
price.
this is just Google not wanting
Oh,
to
yeah.
support it anymore. There's
Yeah,
no
it was
technical
Google.
reason to drop it.
Google is done with it. Yeah.
Yeah. But well, as
They
with
wanna get
everything
the
else
ads
in the
your
graveyard.
face. Yeah,
Yep.
they wanna get
That's
the ads.
I think that's what it is. That really is what it is because it's easier to dynamically
Ad
inject
business
ads.
hurting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, with the EU clamping down, deciding that half the world won't see Google ads in most cases, then they're gonna give us all the ads. That's what's gonna happen. Everywhere that
know,
doesn't have a GDPR or GDPR like law, they're gonna force
yeah.
it.
So I was talking to Nessa earlier, and I saw that Netflix plans to increase their prices because the
Yep.
writer's strike ended, and I'm like,
That-
okay, so like this is how you like. Oh, we want to pay the people more, so let's charge our customers more rather than take from executives and all the people making
Mhm.
stupid money.
Well,
We got to
right.
keep the bottom line the same.
Yeah, and you know that
Yeah.
money's not going to
Let's
go towards
bring down
them
the top
anyway,
line.
right?
Well,
Yeah.
Let's
see,
bring down the top line a bit. and
oh,
we'll-
you're
we'll
forgetting,
do it.
Adam. Adam, you're forgetting. Line must go up every
I know,
quarter.
infinite growth, right?
Every
Yeah.
there are a finite amount of people on the world, but infinite growth. They don't even have internet, but we're going to extract money out of them somehow.
Somehow.
So disgusting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Line go up, Adam. Line go up.
Donks.
That's right.
Mhm.
I wish I had the stonks guy. I'd bring him up right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, I guess that's it. That's all that Google killed this week. This past couple of weeks.
That's enough. Those are two
What
big
else did they
things.
kill?
Yeah.
Did you say podcast?
Yeah, Google
Yep,
Podcast.
Google Podcast.
Yeah,
Yes,
Google
done.
Podcast. Yeah.
Dead, Steve. Get off it.
Yeah, mother.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They're expecting you to use YouTube Music for it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just-
they are.
Yep.
Please no.
Yep.
That's it.
It's
That's the
you
solution.
have. Yeah. Because look, let's see. Google Podcast must die. Getting shut down later in 2024. The expansion of YouTube
I bet Pocket
podcasts.
Cast is just in there grinning right now.
Yeah.
They should.
Right. Yeah. Anybody that actually does podcasts, but like for real, not like a Google podcast that was just an aggregator scraper of everything else. Just
It was not great. It was not a great call.
no.
So this probably won't show up very well on the stream, but like this is our podcast. You can kind of see it. Like so, it's got the image at the top.
Does it
and so
have
you
an
can
image
kinda
at the top? Oh,
It's
yeah, it
not
does. That's a
much,
CD. Okay.
It does. It has the CD. It doesn't show up well, but like you can see that it's formatted really nicely as far as the show notes. All those show notes that I put time and effort into,
Yeah.
they show up really well here on the app.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Which app is that?
Podverse.
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 Yeah.
Mm.
And I that's one of the reasons why I really love it is because like you can see that those show notes look exactly like they do on Fireside, just about. And
Yeah.
so another cool fun fact is Leo sticks the timestamps at the beginning of that. And I don't know if you can.
Oh, it
if you
works.
kinda-
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Only
you
some
can-
apps do it.
Only some apps, but this is one of them that it actually works in.
Yeah. So,
So-
Apple Podcasts is similar. It adds extra
Yeah.
spacing. So like
Yeah.
in between some stuff,
It's
it'll
close though.
add a couple extra spaces, but it'll pull in like the bullet points and all the links and
It does.
I mean, it
that
pulls
looks pretty
in-
good too.
it pulls in the whole notes. It is pretty good.
That is pretty good. Some apps are really terrible with it.
Yeah, I've never really
Podverse
bothered.
does not have an Android Auto app.
They
They have a CarPlay app apparently.
Oh yeah, CarPlay is fantastic.
I didn't realize they had a. I didn't know that they didn't have an
Oh
Android.
wait,
I-
but
I
you're Android.
do- right, I do.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm Android.
Well, without
but
Android Play or whatever it was, Android Mobile, whatever.
they still show up there. I think. I don't know. I'll have to check it again.
Yeah.
I play my stuff that way.
Yeah, no, CarPlay's fantastic. I know the Android one's good too. Android Auto, that's what you said.
Android Auto, yeah.
Yeah.
CarPlay
It's
is
not bad.
definitely better, but
Well, yeah, but it works.
Yeah,
yeah.
I given up.
So Gene says he uses Pocket Cast,
So-
which is also very popular.
So
It has pretty
nothing
good
will
stuff.
change for Gene
Yeah.
at all, ever.
Nope, never know.
Because I mean,
don't know.
Pocket Casts is not. There's a free tier, but people pay for it, and so
Right.
I think right. Like, or am I thinking Podcast Addict? Who am I thinking?
Wonder
I
what
don't know.
Vince uses, if anything at all.
Yeah, Vince, what do you use? Are you still here? And Kazuya, do you listen to podcasts? I'm curious. Pocket Cast. Let's see. Is there? Wait a minute. Hold on. 4 podcasters. What does this mean? That like you have to give directly to Pocket Casts?
We do, I think.
Well, Fireside does for us, right? So that's cool. But
Well, I might have linked it.
oh, did we have to stick it in there manually?
That might have been one of the ones I linked.
Yeah. Well, they do make it easy, so I'll give them that.
Mhm.
See, look at that. See, The Verge has a cool logo, man. And then, sorry, I'm fiending for a logo. Okay. So is there plans. Here we go. This is what I wanted to see. So what do you get? Desktop apps?
Yes,
Cloud storage?
cloud storage.
What does that mean? Speed up your lectures so you can put
upload
anything
your
in it?
own. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, that's worth a couple bucks. Folders. Oh, watch playback. That's cool. Themes and icons. Yeah, that's cool. All right. So they're hiding the price from me, which makes me think it's expensive. Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, $4 is not bad because apparently you get cloud storage with that.
Yeah, it's like
So
$4 a
that's-
month or $40 a year.
So how many lectures can you put in there? That's the real question.
That is the question, isn't it?
20 gigs. That's quite a bit. Dude, you know how many MP3s I could fit with 20 gigs? That's a lot. We were talking
So
about...
I pay $18 a year.
Oh, education. Is it education?
No, for Podverse. I pay $18 a year.
Oh, that's right. You don't use Pocket Cast. Pod.
I
Right, but
don't.
There's
I
no
use
Android
Podverse.
Auto app.
Do they
That's
give
another
you like
No
0.001?
special app, but it does play.
Do they give you 0.001 of a Bitcoin so that you can come in hot with the boost?
I have no idea what they give you. I don't even I have no idea.
Oh, this is why I looked. Look at this, Dan. What is wrong with Podverse? Look, what we don't have a feed that goes only to September 25th. Oh, you know what we do? They pulled this from YouTube. Why are they pulling?
Wait, what now?
They're pulling. Okay, look. So when I go to Podverse and I search in Linux user space, they pull in 2 feeds that are not actual podcast feeds in name or otherwise. So the first one ends on the September 25th, which is correct if you're following the history only playlist in YouTube.
Oh.
We have lots of playlists, but it only picked this one. So I'm wondering if
Interesting.
people submit it.
Maybe.
And then there's this one that ended in January, and it just goes to episode 15 of last season. It stopped after that, though.
Huh. I don't know what that is either. But the other one that was on the top that said October 2nd is correct.
Yeah, correct. That one's the right one. But look, this one's coming directly from Fireside. These are your notes. So why did
Yeah,
it
they
just
are.
stop?
I have no idea.
Yeah. So anyway, y'all were talking about Podverse, and I looked it up, and I forgot that this was a question that I had. So if you're using Podverse, this one, the top one is the one because it has all of them, has everything from all the
It
way up.
does. That's the one I'm subscribed to. That's how I know.
Yeah, all the way to episode 0, the original trailer of the show.
It is how I check it.
Yep. Just how weird. How weird.
That is weird.
And then we get those periodical emails where it's like, we're a new podcasting service and we want amazing podcasters like you to get onto the service. And we'll give you $20 in credits to make sure that you have fantastic advertising to get your reach into the technology sector. Or whatever it is.
Increase your SEO.
Oh, one of them was, they called me Taylor. What
Taylor?
the F is that? Yeah, it said, hey, Taylor and Dan.
Taylor.
Seriously. Yeah, Taylor.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right, Steve. Steve, move over, buddy.
Yeah.
Taylor is mine now.
Exactly. Dan didn't know he was a Swiftie until just now.
She's gonna
You
join
didn't
me
know you
on
were
stage.
Taylor until just now.
Yep.
Never mind me joining her. She's gonna join me on my stage.
Yeah. It was fantastically
Oh, wow.
ChatGPT crafted. I was
yield to the better man.
I was drawn in by the email. Like it was well written, but it was the Taylor that threw me off.
That is a little strange. I didn't.
Who
know.
even? Who?
I don't know.
Taylor.
That's a good one.
Come on, man. Come on.
Well, how is it getting that?
I don't know.
Voice synthesis. It's an AI hearing I'm Leo and I'm Dan, and for some reason her Taylor. Because how else? No human could listen to me say I'm Leo and hear Taylor. Nobody.
Huh.
All right, here we go. I wanted to see this. The Jamboard thing. I was reading about
Jamboards.
this.
Yeah.
There's a ton of people with these Jamboards, and if you're in education, Google will help you like recoup some of your cost. But if you're not in education, sorry you bought a Jamboard. And apparently they don't work without Google support. So you bought
They didn't, no.
$1,000 screen to write on, and they're trash now.
They wanted to get those at work, and we told them no. Yeah.
Thank you. You've done a service for your workplace.
Yep. Yep.
And they're
He said,
feeling real
"I don't
stupid
think
for
so."
suggesting it right about now, too, I bet. Have you told them? You need to.
I should bring this up.
You should. You
Yeah,
should. We
rub
told
it-
you
rub
so
it
when
in
we
their
just saved you a bunch of money, and then we saved the business office from having to deal with Google to recoup some of that cost. You're welcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not so much of a cost center now, are we? Okay, so Jamboard.
Oh yeah, Google Domains. Google Domains is kind of
That's
recent,
right.
honestly.
I was listening to was it Linux Matters maybe? Popey was
Good.
somebody was talking about it.
Yeah.
Some-
You're right. Yeah.
But whoever was saying that the sushi roll, what was that domain place? Katsu roll. I don't know what it was, but it was a very wasabi roll. I don't know what it was, but yeah, Gene, you've got the right one. That's the right feed to be on. I don't know why. It's just weird, but somebody was saying a domain registrar, and it had some funky name. It was some kind of food or something. Let's see if
Well, what pork bun?
pork bun. Yeah, I knew it was something Asianish, and I was like sushi roll, not quite, but pork bun.
No.
Yes.
That's the opposite direction, but yeah, okay.
Okay, pork bun. What? Okay, that's just gonna. Wait, is this it? I can. Holy crap! It really is. It's the first thing that comes up when you type in pork bun. That's cute. Okay, whoever was on that show saying that pork bun was like I can't use pork bun because it's such a stupid name. No,
The name?
Yeah,
Whatever.
look-
That's the one to use.
Look at the logo. It's a bun. It's the pork bun. It's so cute. That is like the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. I bought my daughter a mouse pad that it was a dog. It was a corgi, right? And then so it was behind a corgi, so I had a little X for the for the butthole. But the buns, that's where you put your wrist, and it was squishy. The little buns of the my god, it was the cutest thing in the world. I had to buy it. So that's her mouse pad. Yeah. That's how stupid I am.
The name would not scare me away.
the name is what would get me to buy domains here.
I was gonna say it'd probably drag me in.
Dude, look at it. It's a bun. It's a pork bun.
Well, and he's got one on his shirt. That's kind of cool.
Dude, that is the cutest thing I've ever seen. So, yeah, let's see. stevesveryown.com. What do we got? I knew he'd look up. There he was. Unavailable. Do you own it, Steve?
Podcast. I actually did secure that stevesveryown.com for a year, but I never did anything with it.
Renews at $10. Look at that. That's pretty cheap, too. I could steal stevesveryown.com and then just redirect it to Linux
I'll
user
just go
space.
stevesveryown.net. Yeah.
Okay. All right. But then I'll buy .info, .xyz. Look at it. $3, $2.
Yeah, there were a lot of them when I was looking, but I'm like, I have no idea how to put together. I know how to kind of slightly build a website, but hosting and all that stuff, I'm just like,
No, I'm sure Pork Bun has an option where you just be like, we'll put out a
Host
WordPress
it.
site for you.
I was gonna say they'll host it for you, right?
Web,
Yeah.
Look, web hosting right here. Easy WordPress. You don't even have to host it. You just tell them to do it. Look, the pig is still cute over here. He's got oil on him. Why would he have oil on him in front of
He's
a
working.
server? How much oil do you have in your colo, Dan?
None, hopefully.
Why is this server leaking 10W30? What? This
I don't know.
smells like Pennzoil. What? Look at this. How much is this? So we need to figure out what stevesveryown.com is going to cost per year. So we need just starter. We don't need anything big. 10 gigs of disk, that's plenty.
Yeah, probably.
128 megs, just don't go too far, Steve. $12. Okay, Ionos will beat that price. They're like $5 a month. And there's
I love that. A 15-day free trial.
I know, right?
Right.
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I didn't like my website that much. It's gone.
And no one else did either.
That's hardly enough time to test anything out. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, so their hosting is a little more expensive than normal, but their domains are real cheap.
It's not terrible though.
Yeah, $10. What was it? 12? $12 is not that bad.
$12.
Look, hold
a
on. though.
month. Like that's the whole thing, right? I mean,
Check this one out though.
sure, could you do it yourself and do it cheaper?
Oh,
Absolutely,
you can do it for
but-
$5 over at I was gonna say Lenovo.com, not Lenovo. Linode.
Linode.
Yeah.
Linode.
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 Akamai now. Akamai.
Ah, that's what it is. Look, WordPress hosting. If we're just going 1-to-1, okay, that's a lie. But hang on, let's get there. 10. Oh, 10. Okay, here you go. Starter, $6 a month. A little cheaper.
Oh, that is cheap.
You get more than twice the storage. You get way more RAM. And here's the kicker. This is the thing. This is why I like these people. They give you a free email. You get
Oh yeah.
whoever
Free.
at yourdomain.com for free. You get like 5 gigs or something. But
That's plenty.
yeah, I mean, just don't ask people to send you 12 gig email files and you're fine. The only thing that I would like for email is like setting up my own, having the ability to have as many aliases as I want so that I could, like, if I were to go and get service from Verizon, I could do like Verizon at leochavez.org, right? And then when they would email me, and then everybody they sold my stupid email address to would come in as Verizon at leochavez.org, so I would know who to blame and know who to cut ties with. It'd be fantastic. And you know, it would all just be my actual email address where I get it all.
So there's one of the great things actually. Well, I mean, obviously Gmail does.
Oh,
mail
the
pretty
plussy
great,
thing.
right? So you use a plus thing, right? Yeah. So.
But not
you
all
know.
forms will take that. They will reject a plus sometimes.
Oh, really? That's lame.
Yeah, some services will, but most don't really care as long as it has at somethingtheytrust.com.
Right.
Because
right.
I've had it where they've rejected at leochavez.org before, where it's like, we don't know that domain. You can only get email
Really?
from Gmail or Office.com. What do you mean? Who are these other people? We don't trust those.
Yeah.
MX records. Yeah, it's
Huh. That's interesting.
silly. But it's fine. It's fine. I didn't need them to have my email anyway. I kind of appreciate now that I didn't give it up, but
Well, you go get your domain at Pork Bun, and then you come on over here and
Yep, you can do it.
Get your WordPress site, and you're kind of you're in it.
$6 a month ain't bad, man. Because it's $5 a month to do it all by hand, and for an extra $1 a month, yeah,
That is kind of cheap.
yep. And then they email you all the time where it's like, hey, we're updating your stuff. Don't use it for this 48 seconds. And I'm like, all right,
Right.
cool.
You mean like the Linode instance that we have?
I love
and
that.
They moved it
Yeah,
to a whole nother data center or whatever.
yeah, and they gave
it
us
was,
this whole long listing of things that they did, and I'm like,
and it was done in like 20 seconds.
yeah, good job. You guys are doing a great job. I appreciate you guys.
Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be down, and it's like down for 20 seconds.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, I didn't notice because I was
Oh.
sleeping then.
Dude, the DEF CON social guys do that too. Check this out. So DEF CON social is a Mastodon instance run by DEF CON, the hacker group.
Okay, yeah,
And-
the hacker group. Yeah.
And I guess you have to be logged into it. But at the top of your feed, if you're logged into the webpage, it will tell you. And it is so funny. Like, they could just not say anything and people wouldn't notice. But I kid you not, at the top, it's like, we'll be down for approximately 10 seconds while we do this merge or this upgrade or this install. And I'm like, I would have never known. So, like, you must be refreshing the feed at exactly the correct time for it to ever even cross your path. And I don't know, but I guess it's a bunch of hacker dudes where it's like, excuse me, the JavaScript did not update during this 8 seconds. And, you know, then immediately it's like,
Right.
at support at defcon.social. What's going on here? I could potentially do a JavaScript injection right now. And, you know, but maybe you could.
Yeah.
Anyway, I like that place. It feels very hacker culture-y. I mean, it's a bunch of nerds. It's fantastic.
Sounds like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like what Fostodon is to Linux dudes, DEF CON is to, you know, people that like to break things. It's fantastic. So I am considering. I haven't done it yet because I feel like I'm established on Mastodon.social, but am I really? Am I
Yeah,
really?
you kinda are.
I mean, yeah, I am. I just keep thinking about it. I'm like, I like that place. I don't feel like defcon.social would go anywhere. I mean, I feel like it's here to stay. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Stadia died this year. Wow, it hadn't even been a year yet for Stadia to die. Street View. Oh, the standalone app. Okay. What was On Hub? Residential
I have no
wireless.
idea.
Oh, dude, we bought that one for the. Okay, so yeah, we wanted to buy something for the school, so we could start doing. Oh, it was IFTTTTTTTT. If this,
Oh, yeah,
then
yeah.
that.
If the,
Yeah, it like integrated in with all that stuff, so you could have like on your phone, you know, when you attach to the
Okay.
wireless. If you attach to the wireless, then do all these other things like turn on the lights, turn down the thermostat, you know, do all that kind of. So it was really, really cool. But I forgot that that's what it was called. It was just a black tube to us. It was the black Google router. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, YouTube Originals. Yeah, because you had to have a subscription for it. That's why it died, YouTube.
Yeah, give that out.
That really, like, even if you just gave out the first few episodes or something like that, and you have to subscribe for the last half of the season, like, come on, like, this is YouTube. Like, a lot of people on YouTube are people from old YouTube. We didn't have any of that kind of stuff. Google Hangouts, really? Oh, but that's Google Chat, right?
It is now.
Now it's just chat. Yeah. YouTube Go. Downloading videos. Wow, we really missed the boat with that one. That's cool. Duo. I was still on Android. We were using Duo. Duo was fantastic. But Google had like 5 different chat apps going at the same exact time. What was that about?
They did. Yeah, I don't know.
That I mean, I guess it was just because the way I hear it, like Google has these incubators, and
They do.
you
Yeah.
can totally have the
And there's
same.
like a whole bunch of little silos,
Right.
And they work independently of each other, and they build them up, and they run them for a while, but then they figure out that's not making us enough money, so you're gone.
Yeah. Yeah, to Adam's credit, he was talking about that before. I mean, line go up, no, dead. It's killed.
Yep.
We killed it.
You're gone.
Oh my God. Google Toolbar existed until 2021. Do y'all remember this?
Yeah,
Do you remember having
I
Internet
do.
Explorer and then somehow having the Google Toolbar on it?
Do you remember everybody like installing a bajillion toolbars on their
A stack
on their
like
web browsers?
yeah, dude, like it
And
would
so
go
that
down
you could
half
hardly
the screen.
see the web page.
Yeah.
Anytime I went to my father-in-law's house,
Dude, I mean,
half the browser was gone. It's like, what is all this? Well,
Yeah.
I don't know, Steve.
yeah,
They were just
seriously.
there.
You
Yeah.
wonder why it's
It was
going so slow
Just
for
there. Yeah. Uh-huh.
you. Yeah.
You
Let's
clicked
get rid
it,
of some
sir.
of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be as respectful as you possibly can. Yes, sir. You must have clicked it.
Yeah. If you want to keep one of those, that's fine, but I
Yeah.
don't think you need 10 of them.
Oh my God. No. I just didn't even ask.
Well, and some of them were kind of useful in a way. Like they gave you some quick things, like right in your face kind
Well,
of stuff. But you remember it was before a time when you had like a search box in your browser too. You only had the address bar. You didn't have a search.
True.
And so you had to type in, go to Google or whatever search engine that you chose.
Yeah.
Whereas having that little search thing right there in your toolbar was kind of handy. And then the browsers adopted it because it was kind of handy.
And yet somehow the toolbar. So Google adopted that, and so did Internet Explorer and everything else adopted that like in 2008. And yet
Yeah, I know.
somehow Google Toolbar didn't die until 2021. That's one I
hate it.
approve of. We can kill that one.
Mhm.
All right, gentlemen, gotta go get the sun.
Yeah, I was
All right, well,
ragging
it's
on.
good seeing
Actually, in a
Steve.
couple of weeks.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm like, has it been 2 weeks already?
Yeah, sure enough.
It has.
Well,
They'll come back and
Well,
and
September
troll on
went
it.
like snap quick. It was just like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, my
here
wife
I'm
said the
going.
same
I'm hoping
thing.
October's the same so I can get closer to my one goal.
What, getting all the
Yeah.
candy on Halloween?
Yeah, no.
That's my goal.
Retirement, which is getting all the
Oh.
candy on Halloween.
Oh,
Yeah,
see, well,
exactly.
yeah, when you retire, it's Halloween every day. So whatever,
Yeah.
man. Heck yeah.
Every day's a holiday. Yeah.
I'm counting it down for you now.
All right, gentlemen, I'll catch you around.
We'll see you
All
later.
right. Take care.
Bye.
Good seeing you.
Thank you, bud.
Man, yeah, I looked. It is that time. It's past that time. I guess we should kill it. I just enjoy ragging on Google too much. Enhanced 404 pages. What even is an enhanced 404 page? Oh, so it's a page that allows Google to make people use more Google. Oh, what?
Of course.
Why would you kill that, Google? Well, that's why, because everybody's using Chrome now, so it doesn't matter. That's a mistake. Everybody should stop doing that. I mean, I get you're going to continue doing that, but stop doing that.
All the stuff.
I know. This is a lot. What is this? Google Daydream sounds cool. Virtual reality platform. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, this was in 2016. This was Meta's idea.
See you, Gene.
Later, Gene. Oh, right quit even. That's
I
cute.
know. Yeah, you got it right. Yeah.
What is that? Oculus. Dude. So they did the
Oh,
Oculus
yeah, it
almost.
looks pretty much darn like it, right?
Yeah. All right, I'll stop ragging on Google. This is going to compile for another good while. Let me see. We are on package 155 of 409. Not bad.
Okay, so it's humming along.
Not bad. So what do I do after this? I just run the start X and call it a day?
Well, maybe reboot even.
Okay. I'll reboot and then try start X. And then it's going to be like, sorry,
Well,
sir.
no,
You have to start Wayland.
Should. I feel like it should start all of the into a graphical mode, and so you just log in with the GDM and you're good to go.
Okay. So
I could be wrong.
that might be OpenRC
Each-
thing for me to do then. Like
It will tell you if you need to enable any services at the
Wait.
end of this.
Oh, really? So emerge will tell me.
It should.
I should stop saying emerge and just say emerge because
Portage.
you're right. You're right. I'll even go with the zh on the end of that too. Well, then you got to go with that weird guttural R too. Portage.
Portage.
And portage. Nate can do it. I know he can. Nate can do anything.
Absolutely.
And I cut my teeth on Spanish, so portage, I can give you that. That's about it.
You got me beat there.
I can roll my R's. That is the only thing I got over you, Dan.
Hey, I took like 5 years of Spanish, but I can't
In the
say that I'm
north?
fluent. I did.
Oh wow! I figured being that close to Canada, French would be the way you went.
Well, we did some French, like in grade school, and
Yeah.
that was where that ended for me. And then I took Spanish.
I know like chien and je m'appelle Leo. That's all I got, man.
Yep.
It's pretty much all I got though. So
I got the oui and neuf.
Oh, see, I should have pulled out this French stuff when Kazio was still here. Maybe they are.
Oh well.
Yeah, because
Let's
I'm
hope not.
pulling out my French chops now. Portage. Je m'appelle Portage. Oh,
boy.
no. This went downhill real quick.
Yeah, indeed.
All right. Well, it's time to close it up. I will let you know. I started the compile at approximately 7:45-ish. I should have started the timer then. I will start the timer now, and we'll see. We'll see how long this takes. But we're
We'll see how it goes.
we're about a little above. Yeah, we're about a little above a third of the way in. So far we're doing pretty good. In
think
less
so.
than an hour, we're a third of the way in. That's pretty good. So
It's pretty good.
I'll let it keep doing its thing. And you know
All
what?
right. Well, thanks for joining everybody and watching the stream and contributing some feedback. It's been a good one.
Show. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming. All right,
And
y'all.
I'll join you in a couple of weeks.
That'll
Yeah.
be it. See you later, Adam.
See ya.
Bye, everybody in the chat.